The biscuits are great.
Yep.
Spicy chicken's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really spicy. I mean, I guess depending on your
excuse you.
melanin level.
We were discussing how white Tom is because he wants to go to a Chick-fil-A.
I saw Chick-fil-A. It was there in front of me, and I said, "Should I?" The whole. What I should have asked is, "Do I order fast food? Get delivered to my apartment because I am a hungry badass?" And the answer you should have given me is yes, you should do that.
No, I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying you shouldn't get from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, fair point.
I'm saying there's better options.
There is better options. Like I'm looking at Wendy's right now.
Yeah, see, Wendy's like
The burgers are pretty solid.
Don't you guys remember when the last time when you guys were over and then Nat was at the conference and I ordered pizza and then I ordered pizza like 9 times that week?
Yes.
Weren't you living alone that week?
No, I had the kids.
Oh, okay.
It's like pizza too.
Yeah.
Everybody wants.
Well, like we have a ton of like leftover food in the fridge, so like I was like, don't just order fast food. And I was like, oh yeah, no, don't worry. I've been like blah blah, I've been eating it. It's all good food. And I'm like all about it. And then like right now, I'm just like, well, I'm gonna be hungry in an hour, and I ain't eating that shit again. So.
Fair enough.
Everyone roll a d20 real quick.
That's ominous.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes, I beat Tom with 5.
I don't even know what this is for. I can't just roll. You can't just tell me to roll 20s.
I mean,
what it's for.
he can.
Right?
This
I
is his
deserve to know my
job.
rights.
What did Adam roll?
I rolled a 5.
A 5. So Tommy actually wins. All right.
Merci.
Roll another d20.
Oh my god.
Wins by getting eaten by the manticore thingy. Goes good.
14. This could go either way.
Right? I don't even know what to expect anymore.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for 10.
Is this real life?
No, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. John won. John, you rolled d20.
Oh, okay.
Aww.
Well,
Chris.
you find.
I'm glad I was in the middle.
The treasure you found from the corpse of the captain is a set of weighted dice that will.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Reroll 1 dice roll when you're trying to cheat.
Ooh. Can I use sleight of hand to make sure I keep it from everybody else?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just assuming you're the one who.
He's going to make you roll sleight of hand every 20 minutes.
No. This is mine. I'm going to sleight of hand it into my pocket. 14.
Oh, we don't care. We're just more like,
Yeah, we didn't find anything.
Whatever.
That was the treasure. You still have to investigate the bodies of
Cool.
what's left of them.
Can John roll a charm check against me and fail? Because that's what I feel like just happened. I feel like a breach of trust was just...
Are we going to make a investigation roll?
You can. Wait, we should zoom in and all, or like actually like start the show and I'll recap.
Oh, the show's going. I started the stream.
All right, maybe off the cuff.
I started the stream during the Chick-fil-A conversation.
Oh, great. So my apparent whiteness / food racism is on here now.
Perfect.
I'm definitely getting... See, now I'm eating my feelings. I'm definitely getting Wendy's.
I'm eating my feelings.
I already
Oh my god. So good.
I hit the Oreos.
Cool.
All right,
Hello, Baconator.
Should I bother doing the intro? Because I don't even know if we're ever releasing these, right?
Well, I just need the files from John and I can put them on the Patreon.
Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
So you're doing the intro for John Solis, basically. I mean, he would be pretty upset if you didn't do it every episode.
There's people watching.
Fair enough.
There's people that watch, and then there's people
That's
that...
right. Adele's going to judge me again, I think.
And then, I don't know, it's just to put it up there, and then I'll mention it on the main page if people contribute to listen to it.
Oh, Ish is watching.
All right, let me do the intro then.
Okay.
I guess for the people.
For the masses.
Bitches love intros.
All right, ready?
No.
A D&D actual play podcast. Anime Rogues, or whatever the fuck we call this. I don't know. Anyway, this is just us fucking around playing D&D because we don't have game night anymore because of the fucking someone ate a bat or something. Whatever it is.
Whatever the story actually is.
I don't know. Yeah. Who cares? Anyway, so last we left off, we are 3 protagonists. had escaped into the islands to try and find refuge from Ludus, a bloodthirsty pirate who they had somewhat inadvertently, at least in the beginning, stolen a precious resource in Azisa, a young girl who can grow food, which is becoming rarer and rarer these days. Trying to lay low and get some new armor for Venrox, Adam's character. They basically just burned down an entire ship full of Ludus's pirates, and now there's an undead manticore running around, and they've managed to hurt the feelings of Mandy. They're incredibly powerful.
Okay, but that was Tom's fault.
I'm sorry, but he didn't burn the boat after I rolled the 2. That was you.
And so now you guys, the boat is burned. People are actually watching. There's actually a pretty decent crowd on the harbor right now watching the boat burn. And
And we didn't disguise the ship, right?
Nope.
No, fuck no. Why would we do that?
And Mandy has collected all the corpses, but he burned the ship out of spite of you guys. So all the treasure and any loot they had is gone. So they only have what they had on them when they died, which is some weapons you could probably sell, I guess. But the crew has to investigate the corpses or what's left of them after that undead manticore, nicknamed Biggie. Figure out what you're gonna do, and Mandy is kind of he's downstairs back in your little habitat, and he's
pouting
on the ASMR. He's pouting a little bit.
He's
You
pouting.
definitely hurt his feeling. Beth is with him, trying to probably talk him down. So that's where you guys are.
Okay. So we're still in the city.
We thought we have to cast off.
We're in the harbor, right?
Yeah.
We could just offer Mandy the city as like
Oh, going to that backup plan.
as like a peace offering. You wanted bodies, right, buddy? We can get you some bodies.
Well, if we had gone with that plan originally, then this never would have happened.
Well, if somebody hadn't rolled so bad in the blacksmith shop, none of this would have happened, okay? And then left in a huff.
If somebody would have seen the mission platter on a dream that was the blacksmith interaction, instead of just been like, y'all don't do express, okay, I'm out.
Adam knows when to walk away.
Yeah.
For the record, the best thing that happened to us in this town was when I beat up a bunch of people in the bar because they accused me of cheating at a card game.
I forgot to mention you guys did have a short but very entertaining bar brawl where
Yes.
John and Adam proceed to just murder 2 people.
And get away with it.
And Dirge just
for
tried
having
to
the
blend in.
audacity to cheat, for having the audacity to call John on his cheating.
Hey, you know what?
She was doing.
Integrity.
Yep.
None of us have.
Integrity.
What are you talking about? 2 of us have it. One tries to blend in. The other one tries to blend in.
All right, so what are you guys going to do? You can investigate the corpses you've got right now.
Let's
Everyone
do that.
can do a roll.
Sure.
I get a +1 at least.
Oh, investigation. Which one's?
Let's see.
I rolled a 5 again, so that's a 6.
Investigate.
Consistency.
I don't know what my investigate is. Oh, where'd my guy's root go?
Well, you have.
I got +0. I got 12.
12, so we find nothing.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you guys don't find anything. No one has anything hidden. It seems like on them. It's also kind of hard to investigate when most of the corpses are in pieces, right? So you're not even necessarily sure. It's like, does this guy's arm belong to this torso? I don't really know. I mean, kind of. All right, so you're just sitting in a harbor as there's a boat burning.
Time to
There's a
cast
large
off.
crowd.
Yep. I think it's the time we hit.
What do I know that's around here? Because we were talking before about finding a place full of people we can give Mandy as an offering.
Right.
So what places around here do I or we know of? Do I need a history check or anything, or?
Yeah, do a history check real quick.
We may as well. I have a +1 to that too.
I got an 11.
I got a 2 or a 1.
Dude,
I know nothing.
the worst random number generator of all time.
In
Listen,
fact, Adam, you make everyone dumber for what you just did.
Ben Rocks only knows how to hit things, not
Tom, roll history.
history of peoples that are going to die.
I rolled a 17, I think.
Of course, the nerd rolls 17.
Yep.
16.
We're okay with that.
How can you be bad at math, nerd?
All right, so
God damn you.
you do know of 2 places.
Okay.
There's Silo, which is the largest town in the archipelago,
Okay.
Okay.
and there's Eritrea, which is an abandoned fort. It used to be where kind of most of the pirates would run out of,
hmm
especially during the war against the Tractus. But since the Tractus pretty much was mostly winning, it was abandoned just because the actual ground fighting was taking place several hundred miles to the south. So there, the base was pretty much just useless at this point, except because the Tractus Navy could annihilate it if it became a problem. So it was just deemed unnecessary. So those are 2 places you could go. Silo would have a ton of people. It's again the biggest kind of city in the archipelago outside of the Lucerne, which is on the mainland, and then there's the abandoned fort, which again a structure of that size with that kind of infrastructure wouldn't be abandoned totally. It's just not used as a military outpost anymore. There's bound to be squatters or somebody living there.
Does the abandoned fort have a volcano for an evil mastermind?
No, it does not.
The lich guy wants to go to the mainland.
Yeah, he's very much on the take me north, closer to the heart of the Tractus Empire, so I can restart my Lich Kingdom.
Okay, so here's what I think we
Try
should
to
do,
closer
guys.
so I can hit them with my sword.
I think we should take Mandy and us, go to the abandoned fort, which is not going to be really abandoned, get him as many bodies as possible, then offer to take him to the mainland, someplace like our original plan that we all agreed on was. And then from there, because we've emptied out the fort, we can come back and occupy the fort with Beth, and she can grow food there, and we can use that as our base.
Sounds good.
Yes.
This is why I'm the leader, for the
Nerd
record.
is not allowed to talk to anybody.
Mandy's only our friend because of me, so unless I screw up again, you shut the hell up.
It's true. He did roll that critical 20.
That's fine. That's why I asked about the volcano.
Okay.
All right.
So that's a good plan?
That's a plan.
All right, so we're going
It's a plan.
to go down and suggest our plan to Mandy, that we're going to cast off and head to a place, get some nice, easy bodies, and then set sail for the mainland, and just like our original plan was.
All right, so you can go down and talk to him. He and Beth are down below. The Manticore is kind of just flying above your ship, more or less,
Yeah.
not really trying to be
Attracting
not
attention.
really incognito.
Yeah, attracting attention. This is good.
Yeah.
All good things. All good things.
Yeah, the crowd's mostly watching the fire, but you can definitely hear from kind of in the distance what the fuck is that? Why is
Wonderful.
it hanging out by that ship, but it's not
Sounds about
attacking
right.
them?
Wonderful.
Oh, shit.
Wonderful. Good times.
All right, so you do actually have a few skeletons that Mandy raised that are kind of running the rigging and stuff, so they can pilot the ship. So you don't need to you can talk to him and be getting the fuck out of here at the same time.
Let's do that then. Yes?
All right, so
Yeah.
your literal skeleton crew goes to work.
I'm kind of cool with the skeleton crew. I'm a little wary of the Lich King.
This is why you guys can't get mad that I try to suggest a Dread Fleet, okay? I'm sorry. That's just a cool idea to me.
I mean, we can.
Like, you made it worse.
So go on down to Mandy.
Yep.
Go on down to Mandy.
All right, so you guys are down there. You see Mandy, he's kind of sitting there, and he and Beth are, kind of talking low to themselves, and you can see that he's gesticulating a lot, and Beth is just kind of calmly and sagely nodding her head, and then occasionally says a few words, and he seems to stop, and he's just you kind of come in mid-conversation, you can just barely hear. He's you know what, you're right, this is why I always say you just get me, right? You get me, and I really appreciate that about you, because you listen, you listen. But you also call me on my bullshit, and I think sometimes it helps to have someone who can kick you in the ass a little bit. You got to stay level, right? You can't get too executive minded. Like you just, it just becomes some, you get trapped in your own bullshit, right? Am I right? Am I right? And Beth is just like, shut up.
Hey, Mandy.
Oh,
Okay, this plan is already going to shit.
hello, you three.
Hey,
Hey, Mandy.
Hi.
we're sorry for everything went up down up deck.
Yeah, like legit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we weren't like actually trying to get rid of you. We thought it would be a decent plan that you'd enjoy, but we are totally fine with continuing on with our previous arrangements because we do like you and enjoy your company. We're not trying to get rid of you.
Roll a. You are technically lying, but you're not really lying. So let's do let's do persuasion, I guess.
Sure. That's a 23.
Okay, yeah. So he ain't beating it.
Slowly moves the mouse away from the die button.
My hands are here.
Yeah.
Hand check.
Hand check, everybody.
Yeah, you definitely see him like, okay, so I'm a big enough person to be able to admit that maybe I reacted instead of listened, and that's something I'm working on. I spent like 300 years practicing it, but it's a journey, right? Growth is a journey; it's not a destination, and I think that's important. And so I hear you, and I want you to hear me and say that if I reacted poorly, it's purely because, I really like you guys. And I felt like we had something going. I felt like, this was a good team, right? And not just like a business venture, because I think that's important, but like a real, friendship going. And I think that's really, teamwork is what makes the dream work, right? And I was, I guess I was just getting a little, anger is just fear and, and sadness together. I guess I was just scared that you guys were trying to ditch me, and sad that, you weren't really my friends.
No, I mean, we understand your reaction. It's totally legitimate. We're also thinking you probably want your freedom, but we understand that, we probably went about that the wrong way. So that's cool. We're cool. We're going to, we had the skeleton crew you provided with us set sail. And we had the idea of we're going to go to a nice little location where it's like a thieves guild kind of area, or like a pirate's cove, where we think we can get you some people to really, some bodies to really get things going. And then from there, we can go on with the original plan and set sail and get you set up with your Lich Kingdom.
Okay, so you see he's like thinking and hearing, and if you roll, I rolled 19.
I wasn't going to say that.
He obviously thinks like, no, I like that idea. I mean, more, again, we have this whole town right here, and I thought like, man, that'd be great. Like I understand you got your plans, and like you need people alive to sell things to, and I get that's part of your business kind of venture, right? And so I don't want to mess with your kind of future prospects there. And I get that, and the world's big enough for both of us, and I think that's fair, and I think we're very synergistic at the beginning. But, I'm going to say, like, in the moment of hurt, I reacted poorly, but now I've had time to think about it, and, Beth helped me work through some stuff as she does. I'm liking the Dreadfleet thing. I'm kind of, I think I can do both. Maybe diversify, like we get, I get a few ships, I can make a few things, especially get the raw material, and then, have my kingdom too, because, I was just thinking, like, how did the Tractus keep kicking our asses for, like, hundreds of years? It really was because, like, they just mastered, like, every facet of warfare, naval, infantry. So I feel like we need to, like, we should learn from them, right? Like, it's a learning opportunity. So I'm thinking, why can't we do both?
So would you like us to drop you off in a place that was a mainland port or near one? Is that what you're saying?
No. We can go. I think, hey, we got to start somewhere, and I need raw material. Maybe we got to work up to the Dreadfleet. I'm just saying, I'm very open, and I think we should pursue the Dreadfleet thing too. So
would you like us to get you a ship, like we got you that you burned down?
Yeah, like ships would be good. I need raw materials, so I need ships and I need bodies, right? Like, so.
Okay, so we had you a ship and bodies. So we can get you another ship and we can get you another ship and bodies. It's not a problem. Like, we got you the one, right?
Okay, great.
We can get you another ship
I
of
admit,
buns.
I overreacted.
Okay.
I overreacted. I admit that was a waste of resources, but hindsight is 20/20. I think we need to move forward.
I mean, we can. Okay.
I mean, every great partnership, has some rocky roads. No family's perfect. I get that. So I'm just trying to-
You see him, his ear. He doesn't have ears because he doesn't have flesh. You see
the proverbial.
his bones perk up a little bit, and he's like, "Family, you say?" I didn't, Just roll a pure charisma check, Tom. Just pure charisma.
Christ, child.
No modifiers.
With modifiers, yeah.
So that would be a 9.
Okay, he's like, okay, I know you didn't really mean like family in like the literal sense. I think you were like, hey, turn a phrase, and that's okay. Like, I'm not mad, but you see he's not mad, but he's a little disappointed.
Damn it!
So if you want your Dreadfleet idea, that's totally cool. We got you one ship, we can get you another. So what do you think of the idea if we hit up this Pirates Cove? Maybe there's some ships there, maybe some pirates there, maybe there's people we can get information from. We won't slaughter everybody before we get the information this time. Right?
Yeah, no, that's great. Let's go do that.
So we can do that. Maybe we can get you a ship or two, get you to a port near the mainland so you can do your both, because you want to be both diversified. So we can get you your diverse land kingdom started, provide you with a couple ships and crews, and then we can go have our plan with Beth to make money off of the food. Does that sound good?
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't have enough like material right now to like build a cool ship or anything, and like I definitely don't have enough material to take a whole fucking town, right? Like,
Right.
so like we're gonna need to farm up a little bit. We gotta gather the resources, right? Like we're in the funding stage of development, and that's okay, right? Like
Cool. All right, so the three of us are going to go back up deck to get the ship going and tell the skeleton crew where to go, and we'll come on back to discuss things when we get closer to port.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys, good going team, good talking it out. I appreciate this. I appreciate all of you. I think it's important to say that.
Thanks. We appreciate you.
Thank
too.
you, Mandy.
Cool.
All right, so he goes you see him like float some books towards him, and he starts reading, and like casually, like instead of like playing with like a pencil or something, he's like literally floating like stress balls, but there's just like a collection of different eyeballs. He's just kind of like stress balling them in his hands as he's reading.
Are we back up deck yet?
Yep, you're on deck.
Are we at the part where I slap Dirge on the back of the head for
This
talking?
is not going well, guys. Can anybody turn the undead?
No. I'm not multi-classing.
Okay, so I think our best bet is to get to the island. And
let's just get to the island and
get him off the ship and ditch him. What do you guys think? Or do you want to follow through with the plan? Do you guys want to follow through with the plan, get this guy his dread ship, and set up on the mainland? Or do we want to try to ditch this guy?
Danny, do I still have the bracelet that made Mandy powerless?
No, it's broken.
Broken.
You take it off and turn to ash.
Do I know how to make it?
You can do an arcane check.
He's gonna roll 1. God damn it!
No, it's an 8 plus my Arcana is, so it's a 12.
Yeah, you don't know how to replicate that magic, but you do know enough about it that it's an Alisi charm. So the Serpent Lady, they're really good at making those. You can't make it, but like they're very good at making anti-magic charms like that can just totally shut down a magic user.
The other option is to let him basically go our separate ways after we help him get started, and then I guess we have to work our way to learning how to defeat a Lich King.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
It's a Lich King that would like us and kind of owe us for getting him to where he is, and we freed him. I mean, we're going way above and beyond the Call of Duty there. I mean, I feel like there's some emotional investment. I mean, the fact that he hasn't outright murdered us because he wants to, I mean, like when we pissed him off royally, all he did was burn the boat. Now, granted, it was a boat, but it wasn't us. You know what I mean? Just like maybe. I mean, I don't know.
You see Beth kind of like pop up as you guys are talking. Like she's like a fucking cat. She just kind of appears sometimes. And you're
Is it like that Office meme where fuck?
Yeah. And she's just like, you realize if you let him loose, he's just going to murder a lot of innocent people, right?
Yeah, we're
kind of talking about
trying to figure that out.
You want in? You want in on this combo?
Do you have any ideas?
It's complicated. He's an okay guy. He's actually not really that bad, except for the whole Lich Kingdom dream. I mean, he's actually pretty nice. He doesn't like enjoy hurting people, but for him, people are just resources to harvest. So, I mean,
we need to find him free range people that will die of old age soon.
I guess. I mean,
where will we find in a CC to make the bracelet?
The snake lady we almost killed twice.
Yeah. You could try and track her down.
How would one go about doing that?
You have that letter from them that seems like you can maybe trace it back to somewhere. She was in that area. You have contacts you could ask. You could, if you go into a major town.
Well, if we go the route of letting him start his thing and then trying to find a way to defeat him, we could go through. We could talk to the guy that sent that letter.
We would run the risk of him becoming too powerful, though, right?
Well, we talked to the paladin. Well, it depends how long we take, I guess.
The more bodies you feed him, the harder it is. I mean, look, I'm going to, I like Mandy. Mandy is taking care of me. I would say, you don't necessarily have to trap him, kill him, or anything. Maybe you can just convince him to, do something else with his existence. I mean, he's a Lich Lord, but he doesn't have to have a Lich Kingdom.
He can have a Lich Village.
What can we convince him of?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't know. I like the guy. I would rather not see him dead or deader, permanently dead. But also I'm not big on the slaughtering of innocents. Take that for what you. If the Tractus were still alive, I'd say let him just have fun with the Tractus. But
what about this other Lich King he's afraid of that he mentioned?
Oh, the Magister.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to fuck with that. I mean, that's your funeral. If you're doing that, leave me somewhere.
No.
We're saying, what if we encourage him to go that route?
To go after that guy.
Then you're just sending him to die.
All right, okay.
I mean, unless he has an army, there's no way he could take on the Magister without an army.
There's no guarantee that he would take him on.
And he needs, and I mean, he would. I'll put it this way: if he was going to have any chance against that Magister, he would need soul slaves, like a lot of them. And not these corpses, but like actual people who have pledged to him. Because he can make them very powerful. But So I don't know. He's ever since I've known him, he's very much been on the whole Lich Kingdom thing. So
he's never expressed interest in anything else.
I mean, he's lonely, clearly, right? Like he just wants people to be with. But Lich Kingdom.
This has been very helpful.
He's very single-minded.
I mean, he always says that's the mark of a great entrepreneur, right? Is no backup plan, full investment.
Full investment.
That sounds like a lot of bullshit to me, but what do I know?
Do you think it's possible to convince him to do just a regular living kingdom?
Maybe. you have to. I mean, you have to convince him why that would be better than the Lich Kingdom. But I think, she,
Where's that-
you
where's
guys
that
know her
nerd
at this
at?
point. She's seen enough of the bad things. She kind of, opens up. It's like, he's lonely. You fucking idiots. Like, he's just lonely. I'm sure, like, it's just, if ever there was a person who just needed, like, a pet or something, in a healthy way, though. He needs a healthy, balanced series of relationships. And I feel like he would be an okay guy.
Oh,
Yeah, you three clearly aren't going to provide that to you, you fucking murder hobos, but...
okay.
All right. So, are you suggesting you want to stay with him, Beth?
I mean, if it kept him from killing a lot of people, sure. But, I mean,
But that's no guarantee.
I don't like the dark. I don't like the undead everywhere.
Hmm.
He doesn't like sun.
Okay.
Well, it's something to
Sorry.
work on or work with.
Yeah. For the meantime, we need to go
To
kill
the
some bad people.
Pirates Cove.
All right, well, you know where to find me.
Do we want to go down and discuss all this with Mandy while we're on our journey?
Well, how long is the journey?
It's going to take you about 5 days. You have more than enough provisions to get there, but I'll tell you this: if you get there, it will limit where you can go because you didn't have time to take on like more fresh water, more food isn't too much of an issue with Beth, but fresh water is, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you've definitely got it. You've got like maybe 8 or 9 days of water, maybe 12 if you ration, but storms happen, et cetera, et cetera. So by the time you get there, you'll be getting, especially for John, the experienced sailor, you're going to get to that point where you're like, you don't like that level, right? Leaving port with that level of fresh water because it's just too easy for something bad to happen.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Okay, so why don't we give it a day, and then we'll go talk to the Lich about the possibility of getting him some companionship
Okay.
instead of the Lich Kingdom.
Okay.
Beth just kind of shrugs like, it's your fucking boat, man.
Are we still not allowing Dirge to talk?
She's got quite the attitude on her for a 10-year-old.
She's not really. Isn't she older?
One of those things.
You've never asked about my life.
It's true. We've never really asked him about the kid's life.
To be fair, every time I try to say something, Van Garax over there starts yelling at me.
That's true.
Well, because you're kind of a fuck up, man.
I like this kid.
So what's your life been like then? Tell us
Hey,
about
we're
it.
done here.
I'm gonna go read my
Roll a
books.
persuasion.
Go read
Me?
your books, nerd.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion plus 4? No, plus 2, 20. No, plus 4, 22.
Someone check his dice.
Okay, you see, you see, it's kind of like a resigned, like, I'm stuck on the boat with these people. I might have to spend the rest of my life around at least some of them. So she kind of just like slumps her shoulders, like, well, before the Snake Lady, the Tractus had me, and had me growing their food like they do with all the Zitza. That's why you can't find us anymore, because the Tractus spent probably the last 2 centuries hunting every one of us down and using us to basically just grow massive amounts of food to feed their fucking armies anywhere they are. So that was fun. And then when they all died, I think I had about 2 weeks of wandering around on my own trying to find anyone to, like, I knew anyone who would even, like, give me a place to stay. And everyone was quickly like, oh, let's just make money off the Aziz. And then all of a sudden, Snake Lady shows up, and boom, I'm locked inside. So yeah, that's my upbringing.
Did we mention this is a free enterprise and fair trade, and we respect workers' rights?
Well,
Except in regards to
look.
labor.
I understand that you've had a hard life, so we're not in the business of trying to imprison people. If there's something you'd rather do than be with us and be part of the enterprise where we grow things and grow food and you live a relatively I think, good and easy life, we
As
could do
long as I
it.
can grow things. You seriously, she just strikes like, as long as I get to grow things, I don't have to hurt people. People don't have to hurt me, and if I want to go somewhere, I can go somewhere. If I want to talk to someone, I can talk to someone. As long as that's fine, that's about as good as life as I think anyone could ever hope for. So I'm fine with that.
Well, I think we can arrange that for sure.
All right, and I've never really had money, so I don't really know what you fucking do with it. Everyone seems so excited about it, but some money I guess would be nice because just from extrapolating here, it seems like money is helpful. So maybe a cut would be good.
Oh, of course, yes. You would absolutely get a cut of whatever it is we end up figuring out once we've handled our local Lich King problem.
Man. He's just a lonely dude.
All right. Well, let's talk to him about his loneliness then and try to figure this out.
I'm gonna go on record and say that I came here to be a happy Tuesday night person. So far, I'm a sad Tuesday night person because all these feels. Putting that out there, okay? Just throwing that in the universe.
Well, just go decide and fast forward. Like, let's get to the fucking fort so we can just murder things.
No, you don't understand. I'm emotionally invested now.
Orphanage. Spoiler.
Let's make sure the ship is all the way on its way and safe, and then we can go back and talk to him again.
You're well sailing. You're sailing. You're a few hours now outside of out of the harbor, and you're in open water, right? So it's a clear night. If any ship is running lanterns or torches, you'd be able to see them for several miles out, essentially.
What's the crazy manticore thing doing?
It just flies above you. Like, it's just kind of like surfing on the thermals, right? Like, just kind of like
It's doing
very
combat
very
air
oily,
patrol.
just kind of flowing. Yeah, pretty much. You see,
Okay.
occasionally it dives to like take out like an albatross or some shit.
I like it.
The occasional porpoise.
Baby seal.
Oh man.
Seal club.
No, it avoids the water. You see, it avoids the water. Like an albatross tries to dodge it, and it goes down like into the water, and the thing stays out of it. It seems to really want to avoid the water.
We established that liches can swim, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And does not need to breathe. So
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
some
All right.
concrete shoes, though.
We invented concrete yet? All right. So let's go talk to Mandy.
After you let a day or so pass,
Yeah.
let it cool down. Yeah. So you go. Mandy's just reading. He's kind of like writing in a journal, right? He started keeping a pretty extensive journal, and so he's writing in it. And it's, he kind of actually roll a perception check as you come down.
Who? Everybody?
Watch him. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't perceive shit.
14.
John, you're like, I'm on a boat. I like boats.
I got an 18.
Is this real life?
Wait, how is you have +4 to your perception?
Yeah. Because I put that as one of my
Proficiency plus
proficiencies.
2 wisdom.
You know that Danny doesn't have a penchant for traps, so that was a wasted skill. No, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
I do have a +2 wisdom and then proficiency.
What are you talking about? We turned this entire campaign into a giant trap for him.
That's true. I rolled an 18.
All right. So so Venrox and Dirge both notice that when he actually notices you guys coming down, that you definitely kind of surprised him. That he is quick to kind of hide the journal. Like he's quick to close it, make sure that you're not seeing it, and he even kind of tucks it into like the robes that he wears, right, to keep it out of sight. He's
Okay.
like, oh, hey guys, what's up? Are we there yet? I thought you said it was going to take 4 or 5 days.
It is. We thought you'd maybe want to talk about stuff, have some company.
Oh, talking about stuff. I like talking about stuff. What kind of stuff can we talk about? Like, do you guys? So, let me ask you. But I feel like this is one of my how I get to know people questions. Like, so, what's your favorite entrail out of a person? Right? Like, what do you think is just the most fun?
Lower. It's all about the length.
I like the one that comes out when they all kind of spill out at once when you cut the belly.
oh, so you're a disembowel guy. Yeah, no, I mean, there's kind of a poetry to it, I guess. Like, it's kind of like opening a present. You're just like, what the fuck is this? Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see what the person ate that morning.
Yeah, it's like, opening like a, like can of snakes if that existed in this world.
Nice.
Can I roll to see if I know that the world is fake?
Can I roll to
I'm suddenly aware that they are a character in a poorly done D&D game. And suddenly Gisseric himself, not you, John, but Gisseric, the actual character, is very upset that, like, he's not dedicated enough to me. Like, I don't feel like he really tries to have me as a character.
That would be fair.
I have so much more to offer.
All
Meanwhile,
right.
the actual Venrox is just like, huh?
Why can't I hit things with my sword?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
I
are
hit
we
that
hitting
hard
things?
enough.
Are we fighting this lich right now?
Well,
No.
Mandy, as an aspiring one day, hopefully, lich plague wizard myself, I'm actually kind of curious, and in the spirit of rebuilding our relationships and getting to know each other. Where did you start out, man? Like, were you rags to riches kind of guy, or were you like I don't know, what's your story? How did you become who you are?
Roll persuasion.
Yep. All right. Thanks everyone. I'm TFG Radio. This is me signing off because.
All right, so yeah, Mandy just kills you right in the spotlight. You see him on first. You like he's like listening and like yeah, and then you just see like you can see the realization kind of go over his like skull of a face, right? Like you don't know how because he doesn't have eyes, he doesn't have facial muscles, but just somehow you get of like it's just this chill in your body of like uh-oh, and he just kind of sits there and is like that is a really cliched way of trying to build a rapport with me and trying to like establish a connection to later exploit, because that's what it feels like. This just feels like just textbook manipulation right there, like trying to pretend to be into my interests, right? Like trying to like what I like, wanting to know about me. And you know what, it's just
I'm gonna be a
I don't know
fire
why
next
you're
time.
doing it, but it's real thin, right? Like it's a real thin veneer, and I don't appreciate it. I always shoot straight with you guys. I'm a straight shooter from the hip. Like I wear my heart on my sleeve, and like he pulls up his sleeve, and there's several hearts like strung on it, like literally all of them, right? Like and I just feel like you're coming out here and you're just like inherently being manipulative, and like I just feel like that's not a good place where we can have.
Okay, fine. If you would like us to be straight and honest with you, then let's try straight and honest with you. Okay.
I actually was, by the way.
Shut up.
No, he looks at you as like, no, not you with your lying fucking eyes.
So, I will be straight and honest with you. Straight and honest with you is this. We all are a little uneasy about the idea of a Lich Kingdom being sprung out and a dread fleet going all around the seas. All kinds of undead. We're thinking, if there's another way for you to be happy and fulfilled, we would love to help you do that too. If the only way to make you happy and fulfilled is to give you your Lich Kingdom and your Dread Fleet, fine. But if there's another way to give you some companionship and some friendship and something else that you need and want in life, we would be open to doing that as well. That's open and honest.
Like banging on my continuing look.
Roll what?
I'm gonna warn you.
God.
Who, me?
Roll that persuasion, baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
23.
Oh, thank God.
We always got TPK'd on our own boat.
Yeah, no, you are real fucking lucky, bro. You see he's got his guard up. Like, fucking Dirge really, like, instantly put his guard up.
Which is bullshit, because I have, like, skills in persuasion.
You roll a 1?
Apparently not.
Just the way it is,
keep
man.
quiet.
The dice are a storytelling mechanic. You just have to react, all right? Like,
Wait a second. Did your Chick-fil-A arrive?
yeah. No, he's eating Wendy's.
I'm gonna eat Wendy's. I also have feelings.
Yeah. Tom, we better get to a combat encounter so Tommy can murder some stuff. Otherwise, I don't know what's gonna happen to him.
These calories are counting fast, boys.
All right, so Sarek, like you were very, you get a like you were very truthful, right? Like it was very earnest, and it comes off, and Steve's like, he's like, I really, you see, like, it's this moment of introspection, like, hey, Noah, because you rolled that well, like, you see Beth kind of pop her head in, like, you can get just magically appear like a fucking cat, right? Like, and like he looks at Beth, and
She
Beth
seems
looks
pretty
at him,
useful.
he's like, I guess I do all of this out of just a need to, like, to feel like part of something, to feel like part of something bigger than myself. I thought, like, hey, you conquer death, you become an all-powerful lich, and, like, then you'd feel connected. And I just felt more disconnected from people, and I felt more disconnected from everything. And, like, I don't know, I guess it'd be cool to just have, like, a kingdom of undead slaves, but I guess when you, really think about it, like, what are they going to do for me? They just do whatever I tell me. They're not really there. So, like, I mean, you see he's, like, having, like, this real, like, serious, like, he kind of just stops talking. He's, like, getting choked up. He's like, excuse me. So he's just, like, he's putting his hand out, like, just give me a minute. Just, like, like.
We shuffle our feet nervously.
Yeah.
Awkwardly.
Yeah, you definitely, I'm just going to tell you, like, his defenses were high, but you snaked right through him.
I wasn't even trying to be nebulous.
You keep trying.
You roll the one, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do.
I know.
You get to do the opposite of what you're trying to do when you roll the one.
This is me venting my frustration that anytime I talk to this guy now, it's a 1. This is me venting.
Roll better.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he's, like, kind of just, like, in quiet contemplation now and, like, trying not to cry in front, like, full-on ugly cry in front of you.
I mean, everybody wants companionship, guy. We can all understand that. Like, there's the three of us. We have each other. We all want that. Okay? Besides just the material, everybody wants people in their lives that they can connect to. So, we definitely want to be able to help you get that, too. Or to...
You guys seem like you fucking hate Dirge. I mean, like,
I mean, yeah, but it's a love kind of a hate.
Yeah.
I can fuck with you guys real quick. He looks at Ben Rocks and is like, tell me straight, Ben. Like, if you had all this power, what would you do?
If I had all this power to call the undead, if I'm looking for companionship, luckily through our military exploits, we would become companions. And Dirge is kind of like that little brother that I never had.
Roll a charisma check. I'll give you advantage too.
That's how you do it, Tom. Look at that. I'll roll again.
All right. Yeah, you see, he's like, yeah, you don't talk a lot, but you shoot me straight. I guess I just kind of want that. I mean, I fought the Tractus, but like, everyone just used me as like a weapon. No one really cared about me. Like, I didn't have any like, no one really like bothered to check in of like, did I like spending like 100 years fighting the war I kept losing? And like every time I made like something like a friend, someone didn't look at me like, oh, he's a fucking lich, right? Like, and then they would just fucking die, and then I reanimate their corpse and we'd still hang out, and I guess that was cool, but it wasn't the same. So yeah, okay. So what are you thinking? If not the Lich Kingdom, right? If not just like reaping people en masse and building myself in a little undead kingdom, what are you thinking?
What about an undead like warband just traveling around doing deeds and daring dudes? But can you make them? Is there a possible way to make them undead but retain their intelligence?
Yeah, if they soul pledge to me, I mean, they're still, but even if they soul pledge to me, they're still like, technically enslaved to my will, and I can override their free will at any given moment. Like if I if I soul slaved you, you could do whatever you want, and unless I told you like fucking kill yourself, then you just kill yourself, no questions asked, right? Like,
yeah.
So it's not really the same thing. I feel like I'd always know, like I get mad, and sometimes I get mad. I'm a little, I'm a sanguine kind of guy, right? Like,
Really, I haven't noticed.
So like, I get mad, and what if I just, like, I just feel, like that's not necessarily like, I wouldn't know.
So you'd rather have like friends that are like in similar mindset but still alive? You'll probably find people like that.
Can we find more people like Dirge, who are like death priests or whatever?
that are actually nice and sincere.
Okay, he GM rolled privately.
That's a joke, by the way.
You see, he's like,
I know,
you see,
Andy.
he's kind of opened up and like, you
Talking
see,
to
he's
Andy,
like,
Tom.
Resume.
he's really kind of like, he's been really open with you guys. Like, I don't know, like I thought maybe we all could just be, like be friends and like, hang out and stuff. Like, I thought like maybe we all were friends.
We
Anyway, I'm friends with Beth.
we are totally cool with you, and we can totally be friends. But you have to understand, you are a very powerful being, and it's a little bit harder for us because you have so much more power than we do. We are totally cool with you, and we totally appreciate it, and you've helped us out a great deal. And if you'd like to continue on that and just be friends and go along that way, that's great too. But we also wanted to try to help you fulfill what you wanted when we thought that was the Lich Kingdom. So if what you're saying is you want companionship and to be part of our party and our group, that's totally cool too. We can totally do that. If you want to be part of it in the way where you go out with us and do stuff, cool, and do tasks and help us make our money, then cool. If you want to be part of it in that you hang out and just be part of whatever maybe you feel like being a part of, that's totally fine too.
All right, so I'll shoot you guys straight. I have trust issues. I don't think that's, like, I'm not ashamed to admit that. Okay, maybe I'm a little ashamed to admit that, but I have trust issues, right? Like, and talking with Beth has helped, but how about this? Maybe I just, I hang out with you guys. We do some wacky stuff. I'll be there to hang out with you, and we go and do whatever you guys want to do. But if you get me a certain thing, and maybe one of you or all of you, I don't know, one of you, all of you, we try some. See, I don't know if it's gonna work, but like I could try to soul pact you without taking the free will. Maybe I think I need some stuff. I need some stuff to make that happen. But like, if you're willing to do that, then I know like this is good. This is for life type of thing. But like again, I feel like if you can trust me with that, then like yeah, we're good. We're solid. Then
what is it you need us to find you?
So I need a couple ingredients to make it work. I need. I'm gonna need some of your blood. Not a lot of your blood, to be fair. But I'm gonna need some of your blood. And I'm gonna need an appendage from each of you. It'll come back. I can make it come back, but like I can definitely need an appendage. And I'm gonna need some holy. I'm gonna need some like real god juice. Right, like, because like otherwise, if I don't have that, then I have to strip your free will and take part of your soul, and that's what powers the whole thing. But if you can give me some real something with real divine power, I could probably use that instead. I think.
So this is to bind someone, like we mentioned earlier, but without the.
Yeah, this is me giving you some power, right? Like I can make you kind of like. I mean, you would technically be dead. You would be a revenant. But like kind of, but you would still have free will, so I could like soup you up a little bit, and then like we're all together, and then you guys don't have to die because like just to be real, like y'all are probably gonna die in like best case scenario 50 years, right? Give or take. To me, that's fucking nothing at this point.
If we're
right?
lucky.
So, like, I don't know if I could handle that. Like personally, I feel like if one of you guys died, like I go to a real dark place. I don't know if I can get out of that right now.
What if we just just as a show of good faith? And because I totally dig all of what you said, because I'm kind of pursuing power. What if I'm the first?
Why is Dirge talking?
What if I'm the first person? Because you said you don't know. What if you just try it on me?
Again, I can do that to you right now, but then I only know for sure I could soulbind you. If you give me something. With
we'll get the ingredients.
We'll get the ingredients, and then we'll try it on Dirge.
That's what I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying, as a sign of good faith, that we're all gonna be friends here, and because I kind of dig what's going on here, then. I'll be that. I'll walk through that portal first. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Well, we got a deal. He puts out his hand.
We shake it.
All right.
I shake. Well, I shake it because I'm the one basically pledging my immortal soul.
We're not doing the Power Ranger hand.
No.
Oh,
I mean, you can. I prefer you do the the Ginyu Force like pose.
Oh. SPT Tom and his Lich Lord.
Yeah. Okay, well, so let's try and find some fucking something with some divine juice.
All right, well, let's go to the base.
Well, I mean, would I know where to find? I think I've got researcher. I would know where to find it, right?
You need to do some research rolls.
All right, so watch. I'm gonna ace all of these because they don't involve talking to people. They involve books.
I'll be right back while he researches.
All right.
Actually, Danny, do you need a second to figure? I'm just gonna refill my water real quick.
Just roll.
Oh God.
Roll, and I'll figure out how good it is.
12.
Oh, okay.
Plus
Yeah,
anything.
Well, plus your we'll do Arcana and History.
So that's an Arcana roll. Then that's 16.
Add your History too.
Oh, then 22.
Okay, that's good. That's enough. So yeah, you because of your studies, you know you have a couple of good leads of like there are some sacred relics you know of that were allegedly, actually not even allegedly, pretty well understood to have been wielded or owned by the gods that would have some of their juice in it. You know, you can figure it out. So one is in the Night City itself, right?
Where I came from.
Where you came from, but only Suiza and Trondheim are allowed in, which none of you are. Right? They closed themselves off right after the war.
Oh, so even my previous scholar credentials wouldn't let me back in.
There is there is a buried temple to the to Braxis, the god of war, from the Roko tradition, right? So the orc god of war.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there's an ancient temple that's not a couple weeks away. Like it would be kind of a hard trek, but you know that definitely exists. And then there is a pretty solid speculation. It's not a rumor. It's pretty well founded in the research that actually in the archipelago you are in, that there is an ancient temple where there is an amulet from the what we call mermaids, basically from the mermaid's goddess of life, that is hidden somewhere here, or was last seen somewhere in the archipelago.
So it's actually nearby.
Yeah, that would be well, you don't quite know where it is, but you're at least in the vicinity, right? It would take you 2 weeks to get to the Roko Temple, and then if you wanted to go to the Night City, it would only take you a couple weeks to get there, and it's a pretty easy trade route, so plenty of stops along the way, but no one's allowed in there.
I relay this information to everybody in the party, including Mandy. I'm like, hey guys, this is what I figured out. This is where I think we can find a relic with the god stuff, and I relay all of those locations and ask, what do people think?
Do we need to find Maui to get his hook back too? Is that how this is going to work?
No.
Okay.
I mean, Maui could exist here.
I'm more making fun of Dirge and his books.
Oh no! I'll do this. You guys have all heard the story of Maui, which was one of the last demigods alive in the Tractus War, and he was brutally butchered in about a week before the final battle that you guys were in, and it was kind of a big deal since he was the last demigod around, and the Tractus ripped him in half
with his own hook.
Huh? Yes.
Yes.
The 3 Elven Magisters took control of his hook and used it to rip him in half.
Hey, what can I say except you're welcome?
I was waiting for that.
Yep. And
And Mandy kills John.
No, Mandy's just in there like, oh man, that was the jam.
All right, so we need provisions though. I'm aware that we are low on water.
We're still going.
Well, but nobody else has any thoughts. Like John doesn't have any latent knowledge about the archipelago or the Night City, or Mandy doesn't.
John's not into the magic shit.
I'm not an archaeologist. I am pirate.
Mandy doesn't have any things to add or any.
No, Mandy's not from this region.
Okay.
Okay.
So I say we provision up and then try to slip our way in.
Well,
slip our way.
Yeah, because there's the 3 locations.
There's 3 locations.
Yeah.
There's a hidden temple
right.
somewhere near us. There's the Night City, which we would sneak in.
Yeah.
And then the third one was a war temple.
Well, we should go to the one that's... Closest
We don't
and
know where
unguarded first.
We don't know where it is though.
I know. So
Well, I also feel like because of these items belonging to different gods, that maybe their effects on us would be different.
You see,
So,
man,
like, for
exactly, nah, man. God, let me cue you into a secret.
Sure.
Divine energy is fucking divine energy.
cool.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like, because again, like I've run into Tractus, I've run into Roko, I've run into every different kind of god's blood, and when their fucking paladins do their bullshit like turn undead, it all works. It doesn't matter who it is. Divine energy is divine energy, baby.
It's good
It's all
enough.
the same with infernal energy. It's all the same death energy. It's all the same. Everyone likes to. Trust me, when you're just bones walking around, everyone's just bones.
And they called me stupid in freshman year. I had it right all along. Okay.
Are there any other unique ingredients we need to get?
No, that's it. I need something
That's
with
the big
a little
one?
bit of. Yeah, I need divine juice because I mean, again, I can make you one right now. It's just I can't guarantee the whole keeping your soul thing because I need a little bit of soul juice, right? And soul is the spark of the divine.
All right, so
You need a spark of the divine.
We're still
I guess
taking the
you could find
fort?
someone else's soul, but it doesn't really work that way if it's forcibly taken. You know what I mean? Same way.
In
So-
that case, then
at this point, do we have enough provisions to change course and go to the city?
Yes, you
Or do we
absolutely. You have enough to get to either you can go back to Lucerne, or you could go to Silo, which is the biggest city in the archipelago.
I think we should go to Silo. I don't want to go back to Lucerne because they might be waiting for us there, Ludus, etc. What do you guys think? Because we got to get provisions.
Silo might also be a place where we can kind of pin down, because if Silo's a huge city, there's going to have a library there, and I could totally
Nerd out.
I can nerd it out and have a little nerd montage and figure out where the.
That's a
the
good
place
point,
we
actually.
can.
It would be easier to buy
also-
provisions if somebody hadn't burned our loot.
And
Hey! I already apologize. Don't working on that on me. Let him come roll a d20.
Oh God!
he was just joshing around. Yeah, he's just joshing around. Woo.
22!
Just joshing
You
around.
see him like he starts to get angry for a moment, then he's like looks at Beth, and Beth just kind of like shakes her head, like just barely noticeable, just said like, "Come on, fucking guy." And Mandy's just something like, "Oh, you're fucking with me, like you do with Dirge. Oh my god, this is like our thing, isn't it? Is this like
Yeah,
our thing? Is this
you
like
are
that
part
thing?"
of the group, guy. You are totally part of the group.
Oh, and you see, like,
This is what we do.
yeah. You see, he's just kind of like even better. It's like, you know what? You guys are fucking great.
We have a bit of soldier's humor going on here since we all served together.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that tracks. I mean, like I said, I never got to have that.
Well, you do now, so that's good.
Well,
There you
All right,
and
well, let's go find something with some
Might
divine
I add-
spark in it.
may
All
I
right,
add too that big city is a harder place for us to be found, so long as we don't cause a ruckus. Meaning, Vangarex person, you can get your armor resized because we may have enough time to hide there long enough.
I don't know who Vangrax is, but okay.
That's you.
You see a little
I'm
skeleton
mispronouncing your
that
name.
pops up with a loot, just like Ben Rocks.
Oh yeah.
With the loot. All right. I guess
Lord.
we're off to.
CeeLo.
Honestly, without you even having to do anything, you can feel the boat changing directions, and you can kind of hear the skeleton crew upstairs, like just turning the boat, redoing the rigging, all that.
I gotta admit, the skeleton crew is pretty.
I kind of envisioned them just like singing like off tune sea shanties, but like in a creepy.
No, they don't talk.
Oh,
They're bones. They don't have vocal cords anymore.
neither do the candy.
Mandy's magic. More magic than they are.
Mandy equals magic.
So you guys shift over there. Let me get a new place. So unless you want to do anything, the voyage will be uneventful unless you want to do anything while we're voyaging.
No, I think we're good.
No, I think we gotta quit while we're ahead.
Yeah. All right. So
Or behind, depending on how we look at this.
fair enough. All right. So this is just a very rough sketch because I don't
midnight.
have tons of stuff written.
I like it.
So you guys pull into the harbor of Silo, and it's a busy harbor. I mean, like, you know, where you were before had maybe room for like 10 ships at most. This has a harbor that could easily fit like 100, right?
Okay.
Like, you know, the town spreads out into like the large kind of volcanic peak. It's a dormant volcano, in case you were thinking about that. You know, the town spreads out, and it is like a city, right? Like it's much more akin to a city. You can even see like carved in our plateaus for farming and stuff like that. Doesn't look like the crops are doing all that great, but you know, it's a full size city with even, you know, guards waiting as you kind of come in.
Mm-hmm.
I will assume Mandy put the manticore away for a little bit. You see it just kind of fall into bones in like a big heap on top of your ship.
Perfect. That's good.
And they're
Powerful
guards
bird.
waiting. They check in. I mean, they again know John. And there's a little bit of an ease, and you see one of them kind of like a gruff looking, you know, human. It's just like, you know, an older woman is just like, hey, Sarah, no bullshit, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, you know, so he just nods and walks away. They don't check, like, you know, there's no paperwork or anything, but there's just kind of that, like, warning, and the, you know, guards take off. And so you guys kind of have the city.
What do you guys think they meant by that? Because I don't ever have any bullshit going on. I don't get it. What have I ever done?
Sure, it's fine.
You guys have any examples of something I've done that didn't turn out great?
Yes, like when you lost your ship that one time.
That was fine.
I don't know. The knife wound on my back doesn't say it was fine.
All right, so
You live.
Mandy and Beth are stay on the ship, obviously.
Right. I'll find the blacksmith again.
The last time we took the two of them to a bar, it didn't end up so well.
I'm going to I'm going to the closest thing to a library this place has.
John, what are you doing?
I'll go with Adam, because
Blacksmith.
books are boring.
So we'll do Tom first. So Tom, you know, there actually is a library.
Oh my god,
Cool.
so good.
It's run by Alfasi, so you know, half elf. And there's, you know, it's not obviously the biggest library you've ever been to, but there's definitely more books that you have. And so, you know, the little half elf comes in and is like, yes.
I was wondering if there was any maps on cartography or old cartography that you had on the surrounding archipelago. I'm an archaeologist, and I'm looking for a specific old temple devoted, actually, I think to one of the old gods. It's rumored to be somewhere in these set of islands. I was wondering if you had any maps that I could take a look at.
He kind of looks at you for a second. He's like, well, you could check the cartography section where we keep all the maps, if you can actually read the signs.
God damn.
I go like this. Thanks.
Would you like to know where the children's books are?
Can I? All right. I lean. I'm gonna see if this works because I actually have intimidation. I lean.
Rolling dice.
I lean in. I look at him and I'm like, I kind of like let the face be exposed more so you can see like the rotting skin that I kind of have upon closer inspection because I'm a plague person. And I'm like, look, don't fuck with me, okay? And I roll. Actually, a 13.
Okay, all right. You see, like, he's a librarian. He's not exactly like a fucking like hardened veteran. So he's just like,
That's what I was banking on.
He's just a snarky librarian.
yeah. Fine. That way, all the maps are there.
All right, I go look in the section of the books and
All
everything.
right, so let's do an investigation. Yeah, do an investigation. Actually, all right. Well, I already said investigation.
13 plus 17 total.
17? Okay, yeah. So you very quickly like sift through, and you're like, nope, too recent, nope, and then you find
that
two
editor.
maps. One is clearly older than the other, and it seems like it's from some of the first people to kind of, or at least first landlubbers to map this island, map the archipelago. And then there's another map that seems more recent, but it seems like it's a copy of something because there's writing that you don't read, that you can't really understand.
Really?
but it has, like, when you compare the two maps, you can see it has markings that don't align to the other one. The islands more or less all align, but, like, you know, one says, like, there's a mountain range here, and this other one seems to suggest that there's something else there. You know, another says, like, easy, you know, has open seas here, and then the other map shows, like, a deep cavern where the water is.
Am I being watched by the snarky librarian?
No, he's, like, just reading the scroll.
Snarky
And these are these books or scrolls?
These are scrolls.
I put them in my.
Do a sleight of hand.
Uh-oh.
These are not small.
Oh, they're not.
No, these are pretty detailed cartography.
Oh, so I can't even copy it either.
This fucking guy.
8 plus dexterity.
Yep.
That'd be a 1, so 9.
Yeah, you stuff them into your robes, but it's very noticeable. They're sticking out. You're not like fooling anybody.
Chris!
Okay, can we do our adventure before the fight starts?
We're not there for the fight. Don't worry about it. He's got to handle it on his own. Are we going to witness the burning of the Library of Alexandria?
Oh, I got it.
Yes.
I know what I can do. I walk out like, you know, I walk out like I just was walking out, like I didn't find what I was looking for.
Like I was trying to blend in.
Hold on, let me see. He might be an idiot.
He might be an idiot. I am hoping for idiot.
I have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm. Set the library on fire. Oh God,
What?
he's laughing. He's laughing.
What?
Oh God, this is bad. The high behind my cup.
What?
Eat that 20. You're walking out. He instantly stops you. He's like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
I cast Charm Person
His
on
voice even changes. It's like, "You're trying to steal from the library.
I can't-
That is not acceptable."
I can't-
And you see he draws out a crossbow and just shoots it at you.
He does
Wait,
what?
Surprise, bitch!
And let's go to Adam and John before we do that.
And cutscene.
All right, so Adam,
Your at 20s when they're not for me. Or any of us.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
all right, so you guys walk in, and you know, you're at a large blacksmith. There's like several forges running. You know, there's different armors of all shapes and sizes and weapons, kind of lining the walls, and there's a few other customers in there.
Is there a way
One
to
of them
tell...
like looks at John, and then you know, like Eric immediately just like walks out. He's like, "Nope," and just like leaves.
I promise not to cheat you with dice.
Yeah.
I got these new cheating dice.
All right, so there's a we call them like, there's not really like goblins per se. I mean, they're goblins, but you know, these are basically small, you know, goblins, although they can go by the name. He looks up to you and he's like, you know, he's just like tending the front counter, so it looks like the blacksmiths are working. It's almost like all goblin blacksmiths.
Mhm.
And there's one goblin, kind of like, you know, portly goblin, just like sitting up at the front of the counter, like, you know, clearly the customer service rep, right?
So I bring up the armor and just ask him how much to resize it to human size.
He looks at, you know, takes a look at the armor, looks at you, takes a look at the armor. He's like, you see him, he's just kind of thinking, like, he's got like a little straggly, like, white beard. He's just kind of pulling on it, and he's like, well, for a gentleman of your carriage and the armor here, we could maybe do it in a, you know, we could do it. Really, it just depends how fast you do it. I could get this done today by the end of, you know, by sunset.
Okay.
Hey, that would require all of my armors to work on it. You know, at least 4. One for the chest plate, one set for the legs, one set for the shoulder or for the arms, and then one set for just kind of the general double checking, making sure it's all working for you. You know, and cutting all of it. So that's going to set you back probably, I want to say, it looks at you. You know what, just roll a d20 real quick, Adam, because I hate haggling in fucking games.
Right.
It's just dumb.
Is there any pluses or anything?
Nope.
Oh, I rolled a 19, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
he looks at you. After a long amount of haggling, he sells on. All right, so 300 today, 100 in 3 days, 50 gold in a week.
Oh, 300 today.
And
Done.
do you have that much? Well, you guys do. I mean, you would be
We
taking
do.
out.
John is with me. I mean, Sarek is with me.
I made a bunch of money at the table, so.
You did. You do have enough.
Dad, I want the armor. I want today. I want the armor the man said.
All right, so Bedrock's is like, give me that today.
Something tells me I may need it now, but till the end of the day is fine.
Sure, we can do that. It's fine.
I'll be fine.
You see him looking like cash up front.
Oh, damn.
Did I assume I bring it with
Yes,
me,
you
right?
would bring your money with
Yeah,
you.
sure. Here, take your money.
Yeah, you count out the like various. It's not all the same currency. I mean, all of
Right,
the
of course.
currency is accepted, but like you put it down, he like quickly like counts it, and like you're surprised. Like he's kind of heavy set for a goblin, but like his fingers are still real fast as shit. And he like quickly sorts and counts it. He's like, oh yes, everything's in order. So he even writes up like a little receipt, like gives it to you, like, all right, come back by sunset, be ready to go.
All right. See you at sunset.
All right, so you guys walk out and you're done. All right, back to Dirge. So let's see how.
When
your,
last we left them.
Oh, God.
roll initiative.
Oh, Christ.
Who the fuck gets in a fight with a librarian?
I rolled a 16.
All right, so you're a higher initiative than him, but he has surprise because he just shot you with a fucking giant ass crossbow before, like hidden under the fucking desk. He definitely hits you with an 18.
Jeez.
Take 8 damage as that thing slams right into your like lower back.
In his buttocks.
Yeah.
But it didn't damage the maps, right?
Okay. All right, it's still his turn because that was his surprise round. So now it's initiative. Oh no, you're higher initiative.
I go
so you get
first.
to react.
I go into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Part of me is like, I just want to kill this guy, but the other part of me is like, Oh.
He very haughtily is like, that's what you get for messing with the library, bitch.
You know, I could set him on fire because he just damaged me.
We literally going to burn down the Library of Alexandria
No,
this
we're
game,
not.
are we?
We're not gonna burn it down. I cast Charm Person on him.
All right, so what's the spell DC?
It just says charms visible humanoid within range.
No, there's a.
I gotta make a wisdom saving throw. It didn't matter. I rolled 19 on my wisdom saving throw.
All right, for my moo.
For my next trick.
Yeah, you try charming him, and he looks at you like, yes. That's not gonna work. You charlatan.
All right, then I use my move to get cover behind whatever I can get cover behind.
Yeah, there's plenty of shelving and things like that, so you get cover. So he's gonna reload. He reloads the crossbow. You see, he really works at it. Like it takes everything he's got to reload this, to like rewind this giant fucking crossbow.
Yeah, it did fucking 9 damage to me. So it's my turn. So it's my turn again, or is he shooting at me?
No, it's his turn. Oh, he hits you. He gets you right through the bookshelf. Okay, but luckily a very thick tome of Erasmus Gius's treatise on natural philosophy takes most of the book.
And that's the first time that book's been touched in years.
Oh yeah, that is a first edition, and literally no one has picked it up since it got shelved the first time.
God.
See,
Now it's your turn.
even the fantasy world, nobody likes philosophy.
Shut up. I'm allowed to cast the same person spell again, or would he have advantage of it?
He'd have advantage because now he's really. I would probably not recommend it.
Crown of Madness might work.
Or you could just Eldritch Blast his dumbass.
I was gonna say I'll Eldritch Blast him because this guy's pissing me off.
Is that a fire spell?
I put 2 and 2 together there.
I don't think it is.
And decided that you're pissing me off.
You pissed me off. 14 plus my charisma modifier. Yeah.
He's a dude in a fucking robe, man.
Hey, just checking. I'm also a dude in a robe, technically.
I'm a dude playing another dude.
Another dude. Right, hang on. So that does 1d10 plus I have a bonus because of Eldritch Invocations. I'll tap it.
Roll the fucking dice, man.
Oh, okay. Christ. 2 plus my charisma modifier, which is 3, so total of 5 damage.
You hit him right in the chest, and you can see like it start like the necrotic damage like spread across his chest. But he kind of, you feel like he should go down because he's like, you know, a little like he's a fucking librarian. But like you just see all of a sudden he just like sucks it in of like, I've been waiting my whole life to prove I'm not a fucking bitch. He's still alive, barely, and he loads the crossbow.
Did you kiss this guy on the worst day of his life, or what?
I freaking know. I use my move to get into more cover and closer to the door.
So let's say you're in hard cover. So hold on, that gives you a meet. Nope, you rolled 12 both times. What's your AC?
11.
He hits you.
I hate this game.
Great.
Is anybody else here?
So with the hardcover, you take another 4 damage, because again, it goes through several more books, but it just cuts into your body, so, you know, it's starting to add up. I really want to watch you die to a fucking librarian.
It's a nerd fight.
TFG presents ASMR, Nerd Fights.
This has been the worst trade deal.
Oh god, why is everything around him flammable?
Just get out of there, burn it down. Who cares?
I'm gonna throw another Eldritch Blast at him.
All right.
I gotta roll. That's a 14.
Yes.
It's not the roll you're having trouble with.
1.
Luckily, you're lucky this dude's literally a level 1 librarian.
There's even levels to librarians? Isn't he just a bro?
Yeah. You just fucking murked him. He gets hit, you see another Eldritch Blast, and it hits him in the chest, and this time you see he's like, again, the same thing of like, he's just drawing on all of his inner reserves he's never tapped into of like, everyone who was ever mean to me, I will avenge, and then just like the lights go off in his eyes, like someone just fucking turned him off, and he just drops dead.
Okay.
There were a few other people in the library who like were taking cover, and they're like poking their heads out, and you're sitting there fucking bleeding. several crossbow bolts in you.
It's fine.
I'm trying to think. What would I do? I do it. Is it clear like any of them could see me very well?
Yes.
Oh, they can.
Yes.
Definitely see me. Be like, do they know? Can they see that I have the scrolls? Like, is that? Is it
probably?
Really okay? I just walk out the library.
I'm just walking out.
That's a good idea. So yeah, you just walk out. All right.
And I make
So
my
you're
way.
gonna go try and find.
No, I make my way to the ship as fastly and discreetly as possible.
All right, roll stealth check.
Stop smirking before I roll. 18.
Okay, fair.
19.
Yeah, you managed to get back to the ship without any of like the city watch seeing you or anything like that. And you get the ship, and Mandy and Beth are like, "What the fuck happened to you? I thought you were going to the goddamn library."
Well, this library had a case of somebody who read a little too many adventure stories when they were becoming a librarian.
Yeah, well, I guess the only way. Jesus, man, like so. Oh, wait, you see Beth kind of stop, like Mandy. It's like, wait, clarify. A librarian did this to you.
About it.
All right.
I'm
That's all you
technically a
know.
librarian, technically. But Mandy, you'll appreciate this, and I throw the maps down just like because knowledge, but also because one of these maps has a language I don't understand on it. And notice that the markings are different.
So Mandy starts doing that. Okay, so Adam and John, what are you guys doing while
We're at a bar.
you're at the bar?
Of course, we're at a bar.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait for the armor.
Thanks for
Yeah.
the concern. It's
There-
not like, oh, let's go check up on our.
We had what are we supposed to assume is gonna go wrong at a library?
How is this supposed to be a fight at the library?
You were gonna look up some fucking books.
This isn't national treasure.
You know what this is?
We're in more danger at an armor full of goblins than you were at a library.
The librarian who rolled a nat 20.
There shouldn't have been no reason for the librarian to roll a nat 20.
All right.
We're
So
going to
you
the
guys
bar,
are
right,
drinking.
Derek?
All right. So several hours pass, Dirge, and you realize that, like, A, your friends are not coming back until you go find them.
So, can I at least get patched up in this time? Because I would have just.
You could take a short rest, which means you can spend healing surges
Yeah, so I do. I take a short rest.
or hit dice or whatever they call it in this edition.
Hit dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1d8, so I get 4 health back. So
Good for you.
that puts me at 19.
You can
Alright.
use more if you want.
No.
All right. Okay, so you see Mandy's like, I'm gonna have to study these for a little bit. Like, I don't understand that writing either. It's kind of familiar, but kind of not. So give me some time. I mean, you might as well go find what the boys are doing, and you know. I remember, if they murdered anybody, bring me the body.
Yep. Okay.
God.
So I sigh. I brace myself for the oncoming storm of questions that I'm about to endure, and go. I'm assuming we had a meetup point.
Yeah, you know to go to the tavern. There's many of them, but
The tavern.
Yeah.
You were supposed to meet us at the right one.
yeah,
Well, this guy particularly named his the tavern.
right.
All
It's-
caps.
Like
Yeah.
the hotel in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go sit down next to.
No, it's the Yotel.
The hotel.
I go in. I look for Adam and John, or Kesserik and Vanarix. I see where they're sitting. I sit down. And I'm just like,
My 2 barflies roll d20 while he's sitting there thinking.
Okay.
To see how drunk we are, is that what you're doing?
Yep.
15.
All
you're
right.
drunk.
No,
I'm
Oh,
super
Adam.
drunk.
no. Venrox is very drunk.
As always. As always.
Kiseric is like, he's had a couple drinks, but he's fine. But Venrox like went fucking light speed from the beginning and just did not stop.
Which means we're in for a fight.
So who's in this bar with us?
Oh, it's a motley collection. I mean, you could scan the room if you really want, but like, you know, it's it's just a variety. You see City Watch who are off, who are off duty, right? Like kind of having a pint during the day. Different sailors from different ships, some pirates, some just kind of naval. There's every different imagination of species there. So it's a pretty large place. So there's a lot of different people. There's even a couple of families in there looking like they're just getting like a meal, right? Not really drinking, but like getting a meal.
Oh, families.
Yeah.
Can I tell if any of the pirates are members of the crew? What's his name?
Do a perception.
Oh, I'll check too.
I'll roll.
You're a drunk
I'm
ass
at
piece of
disadvantage
shit.
though, right? I'm just at disadvantage. I just rolled 2 20s. Problem.
Let's see. My perception is plus.
I rolled both ends of the spectrum. But
You don't roll this. You don't roll with disadvantage because you're drunk for perception.
Oh,
That's
my first one was 20 then.
yeah.
My perception was 16.
Mine was 11.
I'm 20
Alright,
because
so,
I'm always good even when drunk.
No,
Yeah.
that just means you had a revelation, and then you were too drunk to remember what it was.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So Dirge is like not really paying attention because he's just trying to hide the pain he's in and like alcohol, like God damn it, and embarrassment.
So like every other day.
Yes.
Yes, Eric. Like you see a few, like you could point like a couple people who might be, and for whatever reason, Benroy, as drunken as he is, just like he like sits up from the bar, sits back down, sits back up from the bar, falls back down. But just as he falls back down, like his eyes kind of just for a moment focus, and he's just like a fucking laser, like just like the what is it, the camera shot on the dolly of just zooming in, and you see a human pirate with Ludus's symbol tattooed onto his arm. But you also are sharp-eyed enough to see that there is scarring, like an X over it.
Oh. So I whisper to John, or whisper to Sarek, we should go talk to these guys.
Yeah. No.
That was a good approximation. I like that.
Yeah.
Is he alone, Danny, or?
No, he's with a crew of other people. He's playing cards.
Ooh, I'm going to go over there and sit down and play cards and talk to this guy. How much money do I have left after spending that 300 gold on that guy, by the way?
I haven't been keeping track. You guys should be. Let's say on you. If you're not, well, you say this time you didn't bring the papayas or any fruit to bar. Let's say you got about.
I should have like 160, is what I said.
Yeah.
If I spent the 300,
yeah.
I should have like 160 is what my count says then.
All right, so you got 160 on you,
Okay.
more or less.
Okay. So I'll sit down at the table with my drink and start playing, and then after a couple of hands, I'm going to bring up his crossed out tattoo.
Well, are you cheating while you're playing?
I am not cheating while I'm taking it serious.
So roll 2 d20s.
Okay. $11 and a 9.
Okay, so you won one hand, you lost one hand.
Okay.
Right, so you're about even, right?
That's
Like
fine,
you're. So you're gonna try and chat him up.
I'm gonna play another 2 hands, and I'll try tying him up.
All right.
Okay. So 2 again.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. So you get cleared out. Like you go like, I'm all in, bitch, and you get sweeped out. So you're actually out of money. You're playing on credit right now.
Oh, jeez.
Cool. I like it.
So much for not cheating.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna chat him up now that I'm on credit.
Yeah.
So I ask him, hey, I noticed you've got Ludus's symbol there and it's crossed out. Did you run into problems with him as well?
You see him tense up real hard at Ludus's name. Roll persuasion.
Sure. Nope.
Uh-oh.
Not
Yeah, he's,
persuading nobody.
Yeah. No. He looks at you. He's like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about, man. You see, he starts like gathering his money and starts getting up to leave.
Hey, there's no reason to go. It's just a question. I must be mistaken. Don't know.
Yeah,
Don't.
You're not stopping him. He's like, nope, I'm good. See you guys later. Right, like, I'm a head out.
Does anybody else get up when he gets up?
No, they seem to know him, and they kind of like, but they just let him go.
I'm gonna motion to the drunk and the guy who almost burned down the Library of Alexandria to follow him.
Okay.
Did we see all that? Like, is he walking by us? Like, are we close?
No, you guys are at the bar. He's like walking to looks like the exit.
So I give him the little cant we've got to follow that guy.
All right, I drunkenly follow.
I not drunkenly follow because I don't think I have time to order a drink at this point.
And I'll.
Yeah, he's had some hands.
Okay, I don't want to drink.
Okay.
All right, so John, if you are in debt to several players at this table, so
how much?
Huh?
How much?
About 30 gold.
I lend it. I can lend you the 30 gold.
I don't. But you're currently leaving the bar, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess he'd have to follow me. Follow the drunk who's following the guy with a bunch of gold.
I'm gonna cheat at a hand and see if I can win it all back. To pay off the debt.
Go for it. Roll sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, right? Okay.
Yes.
Oh wait, I gotta go back to my front page here. Sleight of hand. Plus 7.
Oh, only
10.
Plus 7.
10. You break even on a hand, but
okay. Break even on one hand. So that does that mean I can pay them back or no?
The people you're playing with, they don't know for sure, but they're definitely like watching you a little closely because they're like, wait, That shouldn't have happened. You should have lost that hand. That shouldn't have been. There's too many aces in the deck. What the hell?
Hey, man, blame the house. I didn't bring the deck of cards. What do you want?
Last we checked, 5 of a kind wasn't a thing.
Let's try it again.
All right, cheat away.
Slide a hand. Nope.
Oh, shit. As I walk out the door, a noise is behind me.
You guys are literally walking out the door, and you hear, "This motherfucker's trying to cheat." And
We're both like,
Slowly.
All right.
yeah. Not really,
Which guy yelled that I'm trying to cheat?
Yeah, but hold on. You guys say, so there's not really a table to flip because you're like sitting on like cushions and there's like a nice rug that is the table essentially. And so one of the guys just flat out fucking punches you, right? Like it's just no warning, just like he's fucking cheating, right?
There's a theme to this town.
Cool.
you mean to our games?
No, just the surprise punches in this
That's fine.
town.
And he's had too much to drink. You dodge out of the way pretty easily. You saw before you knew he was going to try and punch you before he knew he was going to try to punch you.
Okay.
So you managed to avoid it, but roll initiative because you've now got a crew of people who are very, very angry at you for cheating.
Okay.
I was going to try and do something that is not an attack sequence, but I don't know.
Nope.
Charm somebody.
No, I was going to just pay. I was going to buy the money out of it.
Initiative, is that, do I get a plus to that or no?
For all of us?
Yeah, you get charisma plus dexterity because you're a swashbuckler.
So that would be
20.
a 25.
Jesus.
No, that'd be a 23.
Do you want all of us are doing this?
Yes.
We're all doing this?
Yeah, well, unless you guys are not going to fight, and you're just going to leave it to its devices.
I mean, you guys can go. Follow that dude.
I have yeah, maybe Tom should follow.
I got
dude.
this.
What do I get? Where's my dex? Oh, plus.
All right, then I follow the dude.
I have 11. I have 11 for mine.
All right, so it's going to be John and then Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I need the DM to roll.
I'm going to sit back here with my popcorn and watch you guys get your ass handed.
I thought you were following the dude.
I am.
Okay.
So it's going to be John, the ruffians, and then Adam
Okay.
in initiative order. So
So John, you just have to kill them all.
I am going to
So
try.
you got four ruffians, kind of 2 right next to you, 2 who are a little bit who are about like 5 feet away on the other side
right.
of the road.
So, can I try to gut the biggest one and then try to intimidate the rest of them to stop?
Sure.
Okay. That's what I'm going to try to do. So, short sword and dagger out as usual in these situations.
In the sitch.
All right. So this plus my hit modifier, so plus 4.
Or as John likes to affectionately
plus
refer
5.
to his swords as righty and other righty.
10.
Nope. These guys are a little tougher than that, at least with the main hand.
Offhand. $14.
Plus, everything else. Yeah, you hit with that.
Okay. So the dagger.
No sneak attack damage because he's got friends near him.
Right. Let's see. Dagger. 2.
All right, he takes you cut him across the stomach a little bit, but when you cut him, you realize like, damn, those are some fucking abs, right?
Nah.
It does not do a lot. All right, it's their turn, and you're the only one there, so none of them have any weapons on them right now. Although the fact that you just pulled blades, one picks up a chair and tries to hit you with it, or hit you with it. Speedy and Seasake gonna run a bunch of those. Oh, so the guy who picked up a chair, he rolls a nat 1. You cut him, but he's a big, strong sailor, like a stevedore looking motherfucker, right? Like, but he's apparently very skittish at the sight of blood because he's like, and he swings that chair and hits one of the other guys and just knocks him down. 2 of the other guys, and he unfortunately knocks down the one that was going to hit you. So you managed to duck and dive out of the punches of everybody else.
Perfect.
So Adam, your call.
Before that, I hand signal him. Are we killing or are we just knocking out?
I think
Go hysteric.
incapacitate.
All right, so I'll move to incapacitate the guy that John nicked.
All right.
And I rolled only a 7, 8, 9. That's 11.
Nope. He dodges out of the way.
Okay, I'll use a superiority dice to do a maneuver.
Okay.
Which will just be, and it'll be the one that gives me not the maneuver. I'll do
Lucky.
no, it's something that gives me a second attack.
Oh, sure.
I can only do it once per battle. So I'll do that.
All right.
And I got
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, that hits.
That's a D8 plus 2, so it's for 6.
All right, so you come in with the sword, and he ducks the sword, but you're like, oh well, I have the shield, and you just fucking smash his nose in with the rim of your shield. All right, top of the order, John.
All right. I'm going to attempt to, again, take down lead dude and intimidate everybody else into stopping.
All right.
That's 6 plus 5. No, 11.
Nope.
11.
All right, offhand.
Yep.
Fuck with the offhand over here, huh?
Apparently,
You're a lefty.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Apparently I'm a lefty.
Yeah.
somebody likes it left.
You
Yeah.
nicked him again.
I went to Catholic school, and the nuns tried to beat out me with a ruler, so now I'm better with the lefty,
Yeah.
right?
See, there you go. Yeah, you nick him again, but and he's taking a bit of damage at this point, but he's a big fucking strong guy, so he's still in this fight, and it's their turn. So you smashed his nose in at him, so the biggest is going to aim for you.
Okay.
And one of the guys is going to come up to try and wrestle you to the ground, and then 2 more guys are going to try and take down Gyseric.
Okay. I can't use protection if I'm getting attacked, correct? Well, no. I think I still can.
You're close enough to protect John, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do that.
All right, so one of them was
Oof. Neither. Well, the ones for me, I think, don't go.
so the one you're protecting, so the 2 attacking you can't get through your armor. Like, they're punching fucking chainmail on your shield. They're like, ow, son of a bitch, ow. God damn it, I needed a blade. Right. The one going for John is going to connect, even with your shield. He manages to, like, basically take your shield and spin, and then, like, spinning back fist into John.
Seems legit.
Try, guy. I tried.
For 6 damage as he knocks, like, a tooth loose.
Wow.
On you, John.
The F?
Wow.
All right, what is it? Dirge, while you're going, why don't you just give me a stealth check to follow that guy without, like, clearly being like, hi, I'm following you.
12.
That's close enough. So he doesn't seem to notice you. You can't tell, like, he definitely hasn't stopped and, like, looked back and you've been like, oh shit, someone's following me. But you seem okay there.
And he looks at me, and I look at him.
All right, back to top of the order. It is John.
No, I need to go.
Adam needs to
Oh,
go.
no, sorry, yeah, Adam.
Attack this. Try to knock out the same guy with a 16.
Yes, that hits. He is not wearing armor. He's a little fast, but he's not wearing armor.
Okay, that's D8. So 9.
Oh, yeah, so you, again, like, you go to slash with the sword, and you're like, oh, wait, I'm not supposed to kill him. So you kind of pull it away from him, and then you just bash him again with the shield, and, like, he drops to his knees, and you just start, like, bashy, and you just keep bashing, and he just goes, like, motionless on the floor. He's still breathing, but he's definitely just...
All right.
Hold on, give me 1 second. GM rolls.
Dirge forgot to bring in the body.
Ooh, wow! So all of the 3 other guys fail their spine check, and you see them all like back up. Like they don't have any weapons on them. You like Venrox is fully armed and armored, right? Like Gaseric is like got a short sword and a dagger out. He didn't do much with them, but he's still armed. And you see them all back up, like, all right,
We
fuck
good?
you,
We
man.
good?
Like,
Everyone's good?
yeah.
We good?
Yeah, Adam comes up, it's like, do we have a problem here? Listen, right? I said, do we have a problem? And they all, you see they all kind of back away, right? Like their arms up, like, okay. Right, like they look over their friend. Their friend's knocked unconscious, but he's still clearly alive. Like he's kind of like groaning, like
All right, I'm gonna sweep the table of all their goods. This shit's mine. I flip the bartender a couple gold pieces. Say sorry about the mess, and we walk out.
Okay, so all right. So you're okay. So you do that, and you guys walk out. You can still see Dirge. You can see like his cloak. You see his cloak. You know him. So you can follow him or like try and catch up to him and keep tracking the pirate.
I'll stay away because I make too much noise.
Okay, I'll go forward.
I mean,
Hang back. Yeah.
Okay, I'll catch up.
All right. So
and our armor's not ready yet, right? My armor.
a couple more hours. Yeah.
Okay.
So do you need a stealth check from me?
Yeah. Stealth check it.
Okay. That is
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, you catch up to him fine without arousing any suspicion. You don't look like you're like suddenly sprinting and be like, "Hey, my friend."
Wait up, guy!
I'm not sure
So
about it.
You're following him. You see him kind of like he ducks into a shop.
Okay.
So roll a perception, both of you.
Mine's 22.
Yeah, I see a nat 20. That you just gotta say nat 20, and like so like you're just in a fight. You're laser focused, and you see him, and it's definitely you can tell by his body posture and everything like that he is ducking in there because he needs to pick something up, not because like I'm trying to avoid these guys or anything like that. Like this is very much like well. I need to do that, I need to pick up some milk on the way home type of, vibe going on.
He walks up with some baguettes.
Yeah, he's definitely not trying to ditch you. He doesn't seem like he's aware that you two are following.
So is there a place where we can wait kind of for him to come out?
Oh, yeah, like this is a busy thoroughfair.
Oh, it's a busy thoroughfare, okay.
Yeah, there's like there's like a little hookah spot, right, where you could like, get some like, coffee and hookah and stuff and like hang out right across the street and still have perfect view of like the front door.
Okay, so this is not the kind of place where we could stand, grab, and intimidate in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that would
busy.
definitely draw a crowd. Yeah.
Okay.
Not to mention, they're not everywhere, but every so often you do see a couple city guards walking around, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You definitely see that there's like a squad of them going towards the tavern.
Yeah. So let's put the hood up on the cloaks and go ahead and sit down and have some hookah and some tea.
Yeah.
And wait for bro to come out of his shop.
Yeah, so you stay there, and eventually Venrox joins you, right? Because he's just kind of like slowly making his way casually up there,
drunkenly staggering about town.
Yeah, sits down, light up the hookah, right? Got some good. You walk in, and there's like an elderly goblin running the place, and she looks at you, and she's just like, "Oh, honey, we need to get you something strong." Like she can just smell it off you. She gets you some strong ass tea. Which, to be fair, if you drink it, do you drink it?
Sure, why not?
Do you drink the tea?
I drink the tea.
Yeah, it's it burns going down, but you definitely feel more sober.
Yeah.
She ain't lying when she says that's gonna fix it.
So do I have any
Her
idea?
entire stock.
I know, right?
Okay.
I mean, it tastes like shit. It's like, do you like licorice, Adam?
No, I do not. Well, it depends.
It tastes like the most licoricey licorice that ever licorice.
Oh no, that's
right?
too
Like
real.
Swedish licorice.
So Venrox pukes all over the hookah restaurant.
Yeah. I dry eat.
But you definitely feel more sober.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are just gonna hang out and wait.
Yeah, do I know how much money I swept off the table, or is that something we do later?
You got all your money back, and you were definitely like the big spender who was in there, but you got like so you got your 160 back, and we'll say you got another like 100 back.
Cool.
From stealing all of their stuff.
Hey man, Small crimes and misdemeanors.
Yeah. I don't know if 100 gold counts as a misdemeanor anymore, but all right.
I guess we're going to find out.
All right. So you're just going to chill and smoke hookah and drink tea while you're waiting for this guy to come out?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, look, someone's actually like smoking fire right now. So as you said, we're gonna smoke hookah. I actually
You got the whiff of it?
now I'm like, want that?
Yeah. It's all through my power of storytelling.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah, I could be psychosomatic right now. You have no idea.
All right, so you guys, it takes about half an hour. So whatever he's doing in that shop,
Do we know what kind of shop it is? Is there signage?
The signage seems to be a potion maker shop.
Ooh. Somebody
So
went to get the
it's in
Philosopher's
area.
Stone.
Yeah. So he after about 3 minutes, you see him pop out, and he's got a couple different like parcels, like under his arm,
Okay.
and he starts walking back towards the not towards the harbor, which is interesting. He's like walking back into the residential area.
All right, let's follow him.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna settle up, or you're just gonna dine and ditch?
Well, wait. How long does Adam need to wait for his stuff?
Let's say another hour.
Okay, why don't I follow? You guys settle up and then come meet me. You could
Oh, yeah,
follow
so
along.
the guy who has the loaded pockets once again.
Fine. How much is it? I just throw enough plus plenty tip on the table and we go.
All right. Yeah.
I like how I did all the work and he takes all the.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey,
You throw 10 gold on the table.
I'm the thief.
Hey, someone just got bot plate armor. All right.
Yeah, right. Seriously, bro.
Yeah, so is most of corporate America. We still pay the bills.
Yeah.
Ooh, like it. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. So you just throw 10 gold on the table, right? And you
Yeah.
see like the old goblin comes in. She's like, "Oh, well, come on back anytime."
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We gotta go.
And so you start. Well, so he's far enough away you don't need to stealth, although there is a chance you could lose them because the residential area is just like adobe apartments stacked on top of each other, and some of them are like a good 8 or 9 stories high, so it's definitely easy to lose somebody if they go into a building if you're not right up on them, right? 'Cause you don't know necessarily what apartment they go into.
So is it possible for me to speed up a little bit with stealth and still be in eyesight of the other two so they can...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
That's doable.
Let's try that.
Can I make a baby? What John's saying is, can I make a baby roll?
That's a
An
14.
adult roll?
No, that's a 13.
Yeah, you move up pretty quickly. Not as quickly as you like to stay hidden, but still quickly enough to where you're closer to him. That your compatriots can see you, but you're definitely closer to him.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? You want to try and he's like, he clearly like he's taking a couple of detours. I mean, the main thoroughfare where all the shops and taverns are is a big open street. These are like little alleyways. John, you've been to Venice, so kind of know what it's like,
Yeah.
right? Like where the major street just kind of turns these really narrow
Oh,
streets.
okay. So this is one that's not very crowded.
Literally. Yeah. Oh no, there's only people who live here, and you can definitely get a sense of like the people who do notice you guys can kind of tell like, wait, they don't live on this block. Right, like they kind of recognize like you don't necessarily live here. They're not necessarily suspicious because you could be friends or something visiting, but they definitely know like you don't live here.
Okay. So I'm going to get up and close and grab him, turn him around, and try to use an intimidate to get him to halt.
All right, stealth.
Okay.
Stealth to be able to get close enough to him without him turning.
It's a 13 again.
Hold on, I got to roll for him. He might be an idiot.
Turns out he's another fucking librarian.
I better not have a
he's
librarian
not.
moment.
He barely doesn't notice you. So you do get sneak up and then do an
Intimidate.
Are you gonna try and grapple him, or are you just gonna try and like show up behind him and be like, "Boo, motherfucker! Tell me what you know."
Yeah. The second one.
Oh, okay, so you just go roll straight intimidate. So you're not touching him. You're not doing anything.
No.
Just going boo.
22.
Yeah. So you scare the bejesus.
No,
out of
sorry,
him.
20.
You still either way. You scare the bejesus. You come up right here and you're like, "Motherfucker, break yourself."
All right. So, hey, what's the deal with your scratched out tattoo guy?
And you see he's just like, he's dropped his parcels. Like, he's just like, and he's just like, I used to run with Ludus. I swear to God, I just used to run. I don't run with him anymore. I'm out of that. I'm out of that life. I haven't sailed on a ship in years.
That's fine. That's all you had to tell us. I just want to know your story. What the problem is? What are you doing here? What's with these parcels? Why you got to get up from the table all of a sudden just because I asked you a natural question about a scratched out tattoo guy?
You see, he's like really like, look, man, like I don't know what the. He like he's like there's some big fellas like Ludus, like someone running with Ludus would kill me for leaving.
Yeah, I'm not running with Ludus. I also have reasons to stay away from him.
What the fuck do I know?
Yeah, we're running from him, actually.
You guys have caught up, so you're there, and he gets even more intimidated because all of a sudden there's like some like undead looking motherfucker, and then like a guy in like chainmail.
Look, we just need to know anything you might know about the whereabouts of Ludus or what his plans are for right now. When did you last see him, and when did you leave?
I haven't been part of the fleet in a couple of years. I left the fleet, and then I got shipped down to fucking, Ysilgrad with everybody else, right? And then I fought there, and then I shipped back, and that's it. And then I'm a fucking farmer, man. Like, I just fucking try and get that goddamn son of a bitch Earth to give me some fucking food. That's it. That's all I do now. I don't sail anymore. I don't run with any of those guys.
You're a farmer here?
Well, yeah, I got a small... I work on a small plot up there. I get I got a 5% stake in the farm. So, I get 5% of the profits.
What's your name, guy?
Huh?
What's your name?
This is Lyris.
Lyris?
Yeah.
All right, Lyris. Well, we're going to come back through here again. And it would be nice to know a farmer who has access to a little bit of land or something. So we're going to keep it in mind, okay?
Roll Intimidate.
That would be 12.
He's not as scared, but he's still like, yeah, man, okay. I live here. You can just come find me. You want to talk? You want to get into farming? He seems like kind of confused. Like, you
could say that.
Yeah, you could say something along those lines. We've got some lines on some things that might help everybody make a little bit of money, but we might need a farmer. So we're going to keep you in mind, okay? Because anybody who doesn't like Ludus is fine with us.
Okay. Oh, all right. I don't know who you are, but I guess I don't need to. So,
my name's Geiseric. I'm known by some of the people in the harbor and the port and around here.
Geiseric. You see him kind of like look. It's like he kind of like shakes his head. So like, all right. Well, okay. So, Well, you guys have a nice day, and if you want to come talk about farming, I'll be here. So, okay. He's kind of like, can I go now?
He seems like honest, right? Like we don't think he's lying.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think so? It's very much a
intimidating.
Go officer vibe, right? Like,
right.
Am I under arrest, officer?
You are not under arrest. Everything's fine. You can go.
Yeah, so he picks up his parcels off the ground and kind of like scurries in. You see which door he goes into, right? Like, sure. So you could find this place unless he moves while you're gone. But you definitely have like, okay,
perfect
farmer, right?
Okay,
you know, Lyris, he's there.
Okay, got it. Right. Let's head back to the armorer so we can pick up your stuff. Because
thanks.
I'm sure it's close to time, right?
Yeah, it's close enough. By the time you get there, all that. So you get to the armor, and if you walk in, you've got your receipt, and the armor, he recognizes you. I mean, it's been one day.
Hey, it's a good thing we paid up front, huh, guys?
Yeah, there's a big spender here. Big spender. Why don't you, and you see the suit, and they fit you into it, right, to do a test fit like that to make sure like it's all good, and you've got a nice brand spanking new set of plate armor, Adam.
Sweet.
That you are now wearing. Unless you want to take it off and go back into your chainmail.
No.
It's well made, right? It's definitely fitted for you, right? Like it's shaped. So, because you were a big spender and you did really well arguing with him. It's not just plate armor; it's fitted plate armor, right? So, it has you can take it on and on after. And it has a little bit less of the dexterity penalty when you have to make a dex check. So because again, it's actually tailored for you, so you have a lot more movement than you thought you would in such heavy armor,
including for those love handles.
It's almost
Oh,
like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Yeah. Dirge, roll D20.
Wait, why?
Just do it.
That's a
14 plus what do I add to it?
Nothing. All right. So you managed to, like, what he's doing, wearing nothing at all. You managed to only stare at his ass for like a couple of seconds before you're like, damn sexy Venrox.
We'll tell you after, Tom.
Gotta have a Simpsons reference somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that. There you go.
All right. All right. So you got your plate mail, and you guys are mostly good to go, right?
Except
Yeah.
I wasted a perfectly good 14 roll.
Because you weren't talking.
It's the highest you've rolled all night.
All right. So
All right, so
heading
what
back
you
to
guys
the
doing?
ship. I'm
All right.
strutting around in my new plate armor. I'm doing a Saturday Night Fever walk.
So-
They keep on trucking walk.
So we gotta figure out what the maps are, and we gotta get provisions.
Well,
Yep.
Mandy should hopefully have an idea what the
Okay.
maps are.
So we can. Is it nighttime or is it going to be nighttime?
It's sunset. It's like getting a little past sunset.
So we'll probably have to get-
open. You can provision.
Let's work out some people to bring provisions to the ship now.
It'll cost you essentially 10 gold for like 2 weeks worth of provisions that can be delivered to your ship. Like they have porters with wheelbarrows who can carry everything to you.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. I'll pay for it since I lost a bunch of money gambling. I feel bad.
Well, and since you stole all the money,
I do have gambler's guilt.
So as you guys are rolling up to your ship, you see, you're going there and, everything's fine until you, all of you roll a perception check.
oh,
What the
Roll
fuck?
anything less than a 14.
4 or plus 2, so
19.
6. I see nothing still. What the fuck, Tom?
Tom runs into Venrox and just knocks himself down. Right? Like,
You know what? If I'm going to roll one, I'm going to roll one on perception check. Fine with that.
how many ones have you rolled this session, Tom?
A lot.
This session I rolled 3.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
playing Blood Bowl.
yeah.
It is like playing
All right,
Bubble.
so,
I-
Sarek is
I'm
the only one who can kind of like his spice, his cop sense tingles. He's like, uh-oh. And you can
5-0.
see that like the docks where you're going are a little less deserted than they should be at this hour. They should be a little bit busier. There should be guards at certain stations that are not there anymore.
Hmm.
And you very much got a vibe of, oh, they only do this when they're about to roll on somebody. They've cleared the scene and they're concentrating strength, so you know something ain't right.
All right. What else? Can I tell anything about, like, are we near the ship? Are we where?
Yeah, you're near the ship. You can almost see it, right? Like you can. I mean, it's getting darker. But you're maybe a couple hundred yards away from where your ship is.
Oof.
And I don't see any guards. I don't see anything like that.
No, there's very few people walking around. You don't see any of the kind of harbor guards.
And we're just out in the open.
Yep. You're on a big gangway, big wooden gangway.
Yeah, the map now is making sense.
All right, so I motion to the other two that something's up. And I mean, I don't know what.
Start moving forward slowly. I guess cautiously.
Yeah, we'll move forward cautiously.
All right, so I take it Venrock's in the lead.
Well, with my new plate armor, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The tank is truly a tank. Finally,
he's going like
Yeah.
this. He's just like
Yeah.
come out.
So you guys are okay. So you're advancing. You get about another like 50, 60 yards, and then you can see it. There's a small skirmish line of guard waiting.
How many?
You see that we see the woman from before, right? The older kind of like hard, tough as nails woman, like guard. And she looks and she's like,
Oh,
you see her shaking her head when she sees you.
what tough as nails woman? What are you talking about?
the one in the beginning that gave you the one.
They gave me the warning?
Your bullshit. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're like, what kind of trouble?
Yeah. And you look behind you and you see that kind of out of nowhere, there's another skirmish line of like city guard behind you.
Cool.
Crashed.
How close
And,
are we to the ship?
You are maybe at this point 200 yards away, but they are between you and the ship.
How many?
Not within shouting distance, I think is. The
I know, right?
There's probably a good, I would say, 6 guards in front of you, 6 guards behind you.
All right, bull rush the ones in front of us.
No, wait. Can you just talk to him?
You want to talk? Fine, we'll talk. Okay, fine. I say to the. Do I know her name? The woman's name?
No. You can tell she's a captain. You can see by her
Oh.
armor she's a captain.
Captain, what's wrong? What's the problem here?
You see her shake her head, just like, okay, the bar fight is fine,
Right. See, nothing happened. Everything.
but I got a dead librarian.
I don't know what that's about.
What do you mean? Do I look like the kind of person who would go to a library?
You see, you don't even need roll persuasion. She's just like, look, I didn't think it was you. I've already got people that put you most of the day at either the armor or the bar.
Yeah.
But,
So what's the issue?
Because, I don't know. I heard everyone seems to say guy in a robe, stealing some maps, real fucking pale, scrawny, look kind of dead. And I'm looking at this asshole, and she points right at Dirge. This asshole right here kind of fits that description.
I pinch my nose and say, God damn it, Dirge.
Okay, that's fine, but why would a librarian end up dead? Something must have happened that resulted in this librarian ending up dead. Nobody just kills a librarian.
I'm going to say it was his diet.
I'll be like,
Add a roll persuasion. Add a roll Bedrock's roll persuasion.
I like the jokes.
19!
You see her, like, she's trying to, like, hold it a smile. Like, she's really trying to hold it, like, hold it in. And it just finally kind of cracks, and she's just like, she laughs. She's like, well, you definitely get the sense of, like, this woman has clearly has seen so much shit.
Oh my God.
Right. She has a pretty high tolerance for, like, you can't. It's like, this is a fucked up world. Even before, like, everybody started dying, like, this is a fucked up world, and you can't, you got to kind of roll with it a little bit. And you see her just kind of shake her head, like, maybe it fucking was. All I know is, it looks like half of his chest looks like it was in the fucking garbage for a year, and the rest of him is fucking fine.
I can't say for some people's diet. You are what you eat.
So she's looking. It's like, so let me ask the pale one right there. Where were you? Because I didn't hear anyone saying you were at the bar for that long.
Honestly, I was at the library. I went to the library. I went and did some reading because as I told the librarian before he passed, I didn't even know that happened. And I was into archaeology, and I left, and it was just a normal day, and this is the first I'm hearing of this.
Roll deception.
16 plus.
You get a plus on that?
It's a
It
charisma.
is 21.
Jesus. Okay. Man, that was a good fucking lie. You see.
It didn't sound like a good fucking lie to me, but whatever.
Yeah. She looks at you and she's like, so you were at the library, but you didn't even know you left before whatever happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, I studied in the Night City, man. Like, there's like an unspoken code with librarians, and like I kind of was one for a while before the war, called me to be a medic. It's like I love books and people who love books. Like, I wouldn't do that. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, she's like, she looks at Venrox and Gyseric and like, she clearly knows Gyseric to some extent, like at least by reputation. And maybe you've met her before and you don't remember, but she like looks and like you're kind of like trying to jog your memory, but she looks as like, yeah. You see, is like, so I take it you serve with those two. You sell trout on the river, on the Diamond River.
That's correct.
And you see her kind of shake her head, and she's like, yeah, that was some shit.
That was some shit.
You see, she just kind of like looks at her boys like, all right, boys, fuck it. Like, it's not him. There's got to be another pale ass fucking robe wearing asshole around here somewhere. Go find him. People always want to blame the pale one. You know what? Who knows what it was? Probably that guy probably owed fucking someone money. Probably owed Milky money. At the end of the day, that's probably what this is. Got me chasing motherfuckers around. All right, you guys, don't bar fight. And if you get caught cheating, don't take the fucking money, Gyseric.
All right, sorry. I got a little carried away.
Heat of the
I
moment.
will not get carried away next time. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got carried
You
away.
see, she's like she kind of sighs and does the whistle round up, and the city guard just leave, right? Like they follow behind her and kind of walk them, go about their day,
All right.
their night, and so yeah, they let you pass.
And this is why we try talking first.
I wanted to roll dice. Big monster.
I know we only had a very brief combat encounter this time. But,
I am definitely the Hulk in our party.
yeah, let's just murder things.
Yes, you epitome of the murder part of murder hobos.
Yeah, murder. Yeah, John is the most murdery of the murder hobos.
Look, I've only murdered people who've caught me cheating at cards.
True. Then, if that's the case, then nobody can say you've ever cheated.
I just want to get to the point where this isn't what I'm hearing every time I roll a die. Like,
Chuckly.
Yeah. All right.
every fucking time.
That's like your theme music at this point.
Yep.
All right, so you guys can get back to the boat, without other incidents besides your
Right.
crimes.
Such your crimes that you have to live with.
And Mandy's there, and you see he's he's actually top deck because the sun is down, so now it's like his time to kind of hang out at the top deck. And he's got the 2 maps, and he's got a couple books out, and he's just kind of going through them. He's like, "Oh, hey guys,
Hey, Mandy.
what's going on? You have a good day?"
Yeah, we had a pretty good day. This guy got his plate armor.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're looking good. It's very very form fitting. I feel like it
Thanks.
brings out the physique.
Right, it's like I'm not wearing nothing at all.
You see, I'm looking like he
Gross.
said like, "Damn sexy Venrox,"
Gross.
but he seems more into it.
Of course he is. What's the deal with the? I don't know. Do I know about the maps? I'm sure.
I imagine
George told me about it,
told
right?
you at some point. Yeah.
So did you guys figure out what's going on with the maps? Because we got supplies coming, so we can be underway.
Yeah. So Mandy and Beth are kind of looking. I was like, okay, so best we could figure, right? We talked. We looked up some stuff. Is this map is one of the first explorers maps, so it's relatively accurate. Probably some things that don't exist anymore, after hurricane shit like that. But this other map, I'm pretty sure this wasn't written by any. I'll put it this way: it wasn't written by any fucking Astarte, right? This was written by some these are all maps of underwater, of under the islands. So if you're looking, I'm just saying, if you're looking for some mermaid shit, this is probably the map you want to look at.
Okay. So not helpful for us finding the hidden
Well,
map.
I don't know about
No,
that.
it
I have a
is
couple
helpful.
good.
No,
I have a couple good options.
Because we can overlay it and then be like, okay, well, which one of these looks like the underground thing that we maybe need to get into?
Ah, well, you're clearly smarter at this than I am, bookworm who killed a librarian. Why don't you figure it out?
Yeah, don't you fucking forget it. I'll kill all the people that are Earth. in my house.
Yes.
You see Mandy be like, "Did you bring the body?"
To be honest, we almost had a run-in with the police who would have killed us, and so no, we did not.
So I should be killing the police? I'm just,
No. We will get you some fresh meat. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, here if you want to be.
We talked our way out of this one. The next time, we'll definitely make sure we call
that
on you.
seems shocking to me. You see Beth just kind of shakes her head and is like, highly unorthodox.
One of us told a joke and it paid off.
Yes.
Shockingly
Yeah,
enough.
So you have a couple leads and your points, and we'll kind of end there as you guys are kind of sorting out, okay, what is the most likely place to sail to?
Mhm.
Your deliveries get made and all that. And we'll end there because I don't think we have time for a bunch else unless we want to play till midnight. And John doesn't get to kill enough people. I'm sorry.
Fine.
Next Tuesday will be more bloody. I promise. You got to, as you go tomb raiding.
Yeah, I was not as efficient in this bar fight as I was in the last one.
Yeah, it was because you didn't isolate. You got to isolate people off if you really want to
Yeah.
fucking murder them.
Well, yeah, because with that short sword, I get those stealth attacks.
All the bonus stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be like, all right, I will fight you all, Single file with 10 feet space between everybody.
Like in a karate movie.
Yeah.
Everybody back against the wall, then you can come get me.
Yeah, one at a time.
One at a time.
All right, you first. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, there you are.
So good.
Cool.
No leveling, no loot except you got your plate mail. Keep track of your monies.
Oh, no,
you got
yeah,
the
yeah.
maps.
I have 240.
I still have 80.
Wait, leveling or no leveling?
No
No
leveling.
Damn, you're greedy. You did it. You killed a librarian. Tom.
We could have leveled, except somebody kept me from charging the constable.
I don't know if we would have survived that.
I don't know if you would have survived long enough for
Plate-
Mandy to come save you.
Plate mail bro might have survived long. My
Here's
plan
the-
was to tell plate mail bro to run through and go get Mandy
That's
while we held everybody else off.
Here's the other thing, John. I'm gonna go with this thing called like consistency in our plan, which is let's not enlist the help of a local farmer to be our offloader if we're gonna piss off the town we're trying to sell to.
No.
In the future.
I was just trying to smooth things over so he'd go along his merry way.
You confuse the hell out of him. I'll give you that. No, but at level 5, I get to shoot 2 beams whenever I cast Eldritch Blast.
No, well, you're still level 4, so.
I know. Yeah, I know.
So you can roll nat ones twice?
and hit us instead.
All right, I'm gonna roll 2 now. I'm gonna roll 2 20s.
You literally got a freaking one!
Beautiful.
You just sank our boat.
Yep. I know. He's like, hey, I learned this new magic. Let me show you guys. Oh, shit.
I just rolled fudge.
Wow.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Oh my
Man.
god.
John
Christ.
clearly pissed off a gypsy or something this session.
A
Seriously,
DnD.
man.
Okay, well,
Whew.
I rolled through the rest of the dice. I rolled 2 1s out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 possible choices I had.
This is
Wow.
the worst trade deal.
Ugh. Man. Bad.
Yikes.
I was really surprised you guys went non-lethal, because if you had gone lethal, it would have been a much bigger bar fight.
Yeah,
But
I
weren't
would
there,
imagine.
like family and kids in there.
Yeah, that's why I held back. I might be.
Again, I always, I guess, underestimate your morality, because I just assume you're going to go full murder hobo and just kill everything that comes.
I'm worried about pissing off Mandy and killing us. So I don't know if he. Well, I
Yeah,
guess he doesn't care what the bodies are. I don't know.
Well, next session you'll have more.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be mermaids. We're killing mermaids.
All right. I'm cool with
Who
that.
doesn't want to do that?
Yeah, nobody.
Depends what type of mermaid.
Yeah, it's the one where the head is the fish and the body is the human.
Human.
As long as Danny doesn't say the word Pelagian next week, we're fine.
So yeah, Tom. The reference was The Simpsons, where they're skiing, and Ned is
Oh,
wearing
Ned.
And he's got the
Ski suit.
ski suit, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he says
Yeah,
that,
sexy.
and then yeah,
I'm sexy blender.
sexy Ned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remembered that. I remembered that. Yeah, as soon as what was it? As soon as you said it was a Simpsons reference.
Yep. I have at least one per game per any time we all talk.
I know.
It's like the shared language.
All
I
right.
gotta say, fellas, this is pretty terrific.
You shut off the thing, John.
Quarantine has ruined. So I've had these 2 days off. Oh, I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to work from home tomorrow.
Oh no.
Oh god, that sucks.
No, I think they. All right. I'm logging off of. Game.
We're gonna go play Banner Lore for a while.
Well, I was playing. I played it for a little while. I played.
Some
I
Fallout.
can't. Yeah.
Want me to stop the stream?
Well, you already did, right? It looks like you did.
No, I didn't.